This is a HeadGum podcast.
This week on the program, where can I get that Immortan Joe breathing apparatus? It's Mad Max Fury Road. I'm Andrew Awaited in Valhalla.
Immortan Steven Sadak.
Capine.
Damn you! I was going to say Immortan as well. But we can't be. What was Furiosa?
Imperator.
Yeah.
Eric Siska.
And we love movies. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the program. Welcome to the final episode of the year. It's New Year's Eve. We are getting ready to count it down tonight.
Yeah, dude. We're here with Ryan Seacrest. We've got Lizzo is coming up in a little bit. Jenny McCarthy's taking some stuff down in the center.
You're describing the apocalypse pretty well.
This is, of course, Mad Max Fury Road from 2015, the innocent year of 2015, directed by the genius George Miller. This is the final We Love Movies episode of We Love Movies month, and why not end it with one of the best movies of the last fucking decade, man?
Yeah, that's what we were thinking. This is it. And I think this is like really up there for me. I didn't make a fucking decade list, but like
I'm still working on mine. But
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
Yeah. But it's really up there.
You're saying had you done
yes,
so.
had I done it?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm not a list guy.
Yeah.
I'd love a good list. Me
Really?
and Chris
Yeah,
Cabin
I
are
like
listos, real list heads.
Right? Well, you guys like Schindler's and what else?
Yes.
what are other lists? you
Schindler's,
like?
grocery,
Yes.
laundry,
Naughty list.
to
Naughty.
kill.
Enemies list.
Glad
naughty,
I
or
called that guy.
naughty or nice lists.
Right. Oh, or nice.
Yeah,
you
you
don't
can
put
put
them on the
naughty or
same
nice.
list. You got a separate list.
Yeah, separate lists.
Santa always has a separate list.
Yeah, and one's naughty and one's nice. I
One's-
like both of them.
I'm saving paper and going electronically this year.
Oh, really?
Oh, yes.
But he needs those little fingers to make those fucking electronics.
Dude, yeah, he's got to take those weird gloves off if he wants to do anything.
man.
That's true.
He's like taking snapshots of the Note app, like fucking giving an apology on Twitter.
That's how you do it, dude.
Santa, after the holidays, he starts wearing like those fingerless gloves. That's a Santa that fucks.
Yeah.
Fuck, and he's
totally.
looking like Joe Pesci in Home Alone 2.
I don't know. I feel like he's wearing those white gloves. Leave no trace.
Oh, because you can't see the cum stains.
Yeah, well, no, I mean just the fingerprints.
Oh,
It's also
okay.
how he's constantly walking around the workshop, like running his finger over a table, like,
Right.
I don't know, elves,
Wait.
better try again.
Are you suggesting that Santa Claus is one of the kids from Funny Games?
Yeah, possible. I know he's coming down the chimney dressed like Mark Wahlberg at the end of The Departed. He's like,
Oh.
I can't leave any hair for DNA evidence.
Ah,
Oh, so anyway, Mad Max Fury
Yes.
Road.
right. Which
Great
is
movie.
one of the best
Of
of the
course.
decade.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, this was only the second time I have seen this movie.
Ditto, actually.
And I'll tell you what, even though it seems like it was a movie that was built for this particular theater chain,
Mm-hmm.
I saw this at an Alamo Draft House, and seeing it this time, I was realizing all the shit that I was missing with all the table service
Yeah.
and the clanking and the clanking, and
Oh,
this is the
right.
loudest fucking movie of all time.
I've learned that with the Alamos. I can't anything that's like intense that I really want to be super sucked into. I'm seeing Uncut Gems in a couple days. I'm not going to Alamo because I don't want to do that. I want to like be in just a kind of a grimy movie theater.
Yeah.
Were Junkie XL serving the food at the Alamo Draft House? Is that
yeah, I
why it
believe
was so
so.
loud?
I believe so.
'Cause
Yeah,
That's who else could make a louder score? I mean,
Yeah.
this thing is fucking
That
huge.
score, I mean, dude, you
It's
it
amazing.
gets you going, man.
It was awesome. I've never been happier to have like wireless Bluetooth headphones on and just cranking it, and my wife having no idea what's going on in the other room.
We watched it last night. man, I was like fucking white knuckling it on my couch, just like, oh fuck, you
Yeah.
know, it just starts pumping you, dude.
It's intense, and I was doing it while I was huffing spray paint.
Nice, good
dude.
idea.
Getting a good high on.
Mm-hmm.
Well, so did I. Not from paint.
Honey, I'm shiny and chrome.
Try the paint.
Now kiss me.
Kids at home, don't try the paint.
No,
Don't.
don't.
Please
It's a
don't.
waste of time and brain cells. Just smoke weed.
You look
when
like
you're old enough.
When you're old enough, yeah. You look like you're just
Parental
hooked up with
approval.
a guy at who's playing the Tin Man. That's what you look like. That's a bad joke.
Oh, okay. Like the Wizard of Oz.
What was the joke?
That you look like if you spray paint your teeth like that, you're hooking up with a guy that played the Tin Man. In the Wizard of
hooking
Oz.
up. Nice.
It's
Yeah,
like
hooking
you're
up.
making out with someone heartless.
That's it.
Right? Because
yeah.
the Tin Man, right?
He
Didn't
got no heart?
Wait, he had no heart.
He
Yeah.
had no heart. Yeah,
Right.
he was a
Scarecrow
cruel,
didn't have the
he was
brain.
an,
He was a
an
robot.
unfeeling killing machine. The Tin Man.
I'm a Terminator.
Makes the smile all the more eerie.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, why did he have fucking human teeth? Terrifying.
Oh,
I guess the
that's
lion
right.
had human teeth too, sort of.
Dorothy, I have nothing inside. Just nothing at all.
So this is the 4th Mad Max movie, but the first one to come out since the fucking 1980s. This
Yes.
poor bastard was trying to get this movie made for like 20 years.
I'm
Almost.
actually glad it kept getting delayed.
Ditto.
'Cause
Yeah.
I was like, I remember in real time because I always loved the Mad Max movies, and I was like, oh man, goddamn Iraq War, delaying this fucking movie.
Is one of the worst results of the Iraq War. How unfortunate.
What, it delayed the movie?
Yeah, that it delayed the movie,
But it turned
man.
out
I
to be
can't
one of the
believe it.
best things that could have one of the silver linings of the Iraq War
Yeah.
was delaying this movie because then we lost Mel Gibson from it.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Which at the time, I think it was before, like he went bonkers a little after the Iraq War.
Yeah.
Right? So I was like, I can't separate this actor from the character. How could someone else play this iconic role of Mad Max Rakatansky?
Rakatansky.
But Tom Hardy delivers.
He does.
Yeah.
I feel like if Gibson did it, even like say 2006 or something, it would have been like, you look at those later Lethal Weapon movies where he's just not, you know what I mean? Like
He's like
Yeah.
not there. He's like not the character
Well,
anymore.
exactly.
Like he's lost the thread from the character for sure.
He had
Yeah.
already had the Jesus complex by the last by Thunderdome.
Yes.
Thunderdome, he's a prophet at the end of it.
Thunderdome kind of rules. I'm actually
Oh.
not a Mad Max guy.
Get the fuck outta here.
I liked them all. I think Thunderdome is the last, but it's got definitely a lot of good elements to it. I like the sax.
I love the
I
sax.
like the pig shit.
I love the fucking the Thunderdome itself.
That's
Thunderdome was
true.
fine, but before you got to the studio, we were talking off the air, and Chris Cabot and I agreed. Anytime there's a thing where it's a sequel, especially where the previous movies didn't have, but in this one you decide to include an army of children,
Yeah.
you can get the fuck right out of town.
That's fair.
I hate the kids in that movie.
And he's a prophet. They treat him like a prophet. It's Waco.
Well, that's I only saw it once. I saw it at the Museum of the Moving Image, and it was just on the big screen. I was way into it.
Yeah, I mean, there's fun set pieces in that
Yes.
movie. And Chris, to your point about it, it's Waco. Every single camp in this fucking thing is like that, right? Like,
Oh, yeah, totally.
The Lord Humongous before him. Now you have Immortan Joe. It's all this cult of.
I just don't
personality.
want it a candy coated Waco, which is what I feel like is going on in Thunderdome.
So cute Waco
Yeah,
is
it's
what we're
cute
talking
Waco.
about. Okay.
Cute go.
Nobody dies. Everybody's fine. At the end of it, it seems like.
I mean, so this is a weird. It's like where to begin with this movie. I don't really know. We were sort of talking about Tom Hardy. I do think Tom Hardy's great in this movie.
Yes.
Although, God, I wrote it down like somewhere towards the end of my notes, and now, here's the thing. He doesn't talk a lot in this movie. I mean, Mad Max really isn't that much of a chatterbox to begin with. He talks even less than Mel Gibson, I feel.
Mhm.
Here's a question, though, because he does have some lines towards the end of the movie, and I guess like throughout, there's some scattered. But if you pick up on, if you're listening real close, my question is, what voice is he doing here? Because sometimes, just sometimes, this sounds like a bad Jamaican accent.
I think he's
Really?
trying to do
Yes.
an Australian.
I think he's trying to do Australia.
I missed the Jamaican part.
Deep Town, man.
Yeah.
If I stumble across it throughout the
Please.
conversation in my lines,
Oh,
I'll
when he
tell
calls Immortan Joe Mon, that was a bit
you.
weird.
Yeah, totally. When he offered him a red stripe out of nowhere. No, there was just one line particularly where I was like, "What the fuck accent is that, buddy?"
He's talking mostly in snarls.
Yes, yeah.
That's what I
he's-
really like. And
Right.
what I think happened is he wrote the script way back when for Mel Gibson, and there were like, let's say 50 lines.
Sure.
It got, when the fucking phone call happened, it went down to 3.
Phone call.
And then when Tom Hardy came aboard, it went back up to 12. I think
that phone call is an all-timer.
That phone call dropped when we were in college,
Yes.
and I think we listened to it in our apartment like 40 times
Because
in a row.
it's stunning and terrible.
This is when he's yelling at his
girlfriend at
right,
the time.
Right,
Yeah,
right. I
yeah.
remember
And
this.
it's like, holy shit, dude! You can't be like a fun, family-friendly figure after this phone call.
Did that happen before or after the pullover?
Oh, I think that was all the same.
It was all the same.
Yeah.
God damn.
I think the phone call was after, though. I
Yeah.
feel like the pullover was kind of the sign of like, wait, this guy stinks.
It was I feel like
in my memory, anyway.
It was one of them was big in like 2006.
Yes,
I think,
that
'cause
sounds right.
I briefly worked a job at some media company, kind of like a temp type of thing.
Uh-huh.
And this dude was like doing this video. He's like, check this out. I'm really giving it to Mel Gibson. And it was just like, it was like one of those like 2006 internet videos that they're like, this is going to go viral, right? Because his eyes are spinning around on this video that I made. of him.
Oh,
wow.
fuck,
It
dude.
was
Is that
just
guy like
so
the
stupid.
president of Comedy Central now?
Probably.
Head of spinny eye development. Yeah, I love it. Actually,
His eyes are spinning around and he's saying the
Whatever.
sugar, whatever. You know what I'm saying.
Whatever, man. He's got 60 people under him right now at Comedy Central.
What's your name, Eric? Yeah, my name's Chuck Lorre.
Probably.
Lil Chuck Lorre. I do like the beginning of this where thank God, and I'm a fan of a traditional. Here's the title card, Fury Road. Like, you know what
Sure.
I mean? We do this too often now. We're like, we'll do it at the end. It'll be a surprise. You were watching Fury Road the whole time. It's a movie. You know what I mean? Like, just do.
Yeah.
Let's
Also-
let me know that I'm sitting down in a movie.
Yeah.
Well, and I mean, yes, I agree with you, but also at the same time, I don't know. Aside from like if you stumbled on something and you didn't have a TV guide on your screen, like
Yeah.
I know what I'm watching.
Yeah, I guess that's
You
I
know
feel
what I
like
mean?
It depends on the movie.
Yeah.
More often than not, I do appreciate the title up front.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
fun. I miss the old title sequences.
I did too.
Yeah, me
Well,
too.
because like at the end of, it's like, oh, hey, honey, that was the Dark Knight. Hey, he was the Dark Knight the whole time.
Those Nolan movies are rotten with it.
yeah,
I
it's just
really
like
don't like
It's
that.
like a punchline. It's like, okay, it's the movie.
That was like I don't know if I've told this on the air. I told you guys when it was happening, but when we were just recently on tour, I think it was the flight to LA. Was this when it happened? I was watching a guy going through movies on the plane, like in the seat in front of me. And so it was the second time I sat through watching someone watch Yesterday, which fucking gut me. But then what he watched after was The Dark Knight. And he was like sort of like scrubbing through the file and just like fast forwarding to like action sequences and like putting his hands together like like whenever they animate Homer like trying to really pay attention to something, that's what this guy was doing.
He's breaking it down. He's breaking it down in his head.
Right. And so at the end of it, he watches the end sequence and I'm watching the bat cycle, going through the streets or whatever. And
Gotta get me one of those.
I'm imagining like the Gary Oldman narration over the end of the movie, and then it's like bong, The Dark Knight, and this dude like sat back in his chair, just like It's like mystery solved.
I've been watching The Dark Knight the whole time.
And it was just kind of like and that's how you do it. That's how you make a movie.
Hey,
God
hey.
damn it.
Hey, honey, last night I watched this epic space adventure with Matthew McConaughey in it, and I turned it off right before the credits came on. I think it was called Space Fella.
Oh man, Matthew McConaughey in Space Fella.
Hey, he asked me to Space Fella.
Sequel to Beach Bum, by the way. I would so be there for that.
Definitely.
Yeah, so I mean, like Mad Max gets opening, he gets kidnapped by the War Boys. who are-
We get right into like the haunted past stuff
Yes.
and like the narration of these people who he failed to save previously. And there's one line in this whole haunted memory thing that I love. That it's just our bones are poisoned
Yes.
Oh, yikes.
because of all the radiation.
Right.
Just our bones are poisoned.
Some of the shit, at least that he's seeing, especially later in the movie, is from other movies.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're referencing a good amount.
Because
there.
you see the death of the guy that the actor who plays Immortan Joe in like the first one or whatever.
toe cutter, yeah.
Yeah, you
see his
see that
eyes
dude-
bulge out.
Yes,
yeah.
yes. He sees that again. So that's like directly saying to you like this is the same character.
But
you know.
you think that Toe Cutter is Immortan Joe?
No. I'm
All
just
right.
saying, like, because you see Toe Cutter, you see footage from another movie.
this
It's
is-
telling
this
you
is-
that
right.
this guy that you're looking at is the Mel Gibson character.
But I
Right.
forget if you even see Toe Cutter die. You see Bubba die.
Well, I
and
meant
see-
you see the
Bubba Zametti?
eyeball thing.
Yeah, Bubba's.
Cinematic Bubbas of the 80s. That's what I'm all about.
No, I don't remember if Toe Cutter dies. I'm just saying you see
I
Toe
think he
Cutter, the
does.
eyeball thing.
Yeah, I mean, there's a crash.
Yeah.
But what a good way to bring this character back into like, you know, again, it's been 20 some odd years, more than 20 years, almost 30.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like usually that's a terrible idea. I'm looking at you, Ghostbusters. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's but like you the director always wanted to tell this story,
Yeah.
which is kind of cool.
Speaking of terrible ideas, I'm going to get to it in a second, but like I love that this movie is sort of a sequel and sort of a reboot and
Yes.
it's not really connected, and it is connected.
That's what's kind of
But-
great. I think, well, correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm not a big Mad Max head, but like the three Gibson movies don't super tie together, do they?
A little bit. Like the thing is, like the first Mad Max doesn't. It's not really even post-apocalyptic. It's just sort of
It's
society
just starting
crumbling.
to get there.
Road Warrior
Gas is starting to get scarce.
Right.
feels like it could be 30 years after, but it's not.
Yeah.
And so they are connected, but the connections of the fans of this movie or the Mad Max series are trying to connect. This is on IMDb Tribune trivia.
Ooh, the greatest source for movie news and internet tidbits.
And it's like,
dude.
this doesn't even belong in trivia because it's a theory. And it says, warning spoilers. A theory supposes that this was originally planned as a sequel to Mad Max 1979 and a prequel to Mad Max 2, The Road Warrior 1981, with Immortan Joe as Toe Cutter, who survived the accident in Mad Max but was badly injured. And Rictus Erectus, the kid, the guy that is his son in this movie,
At
the
end,
big
yeah,
dude
yeah.
who lifts up the
Dad,
engine
save
block.
yourself.
Man, that guy has another spectacular death in this movie.
According to this fan theory, and this is a fan theory that IMDb published, said, yeah, list that. Yeah.
Published.
Approve.
It's published. It's an IMDb op-ed column.
Go with it.
Rictus Erectus was supposed to survive the accident at the end of the film to become Lord Humongous in
Oh,
the Road
shut
Warrior.
the fuck up.
Thank you.
That's
Just
a
shut
bit
the fuck
much.
up.
Yeah,
Just-
that's
just
a bit
really
much.
just, you know what I mean? Like it's
Just let it be a movie.
Not only that, this continues. This is not substantiated by any comments of the creators or directly, whatever.
That's IMDb covering its ass, I guess.
I'm just having fun with myself.
But that's the thing, is like that's what's so cool about this movie is like it has elliptical references, characters that are similar. Like obviously, Rictus Erectus is similar to your Lord Humongous and also Blaster, at least. You know what I mean? You always did a big fucking hulking dude in a
Right.
Mad Max movie.
I love the reference to White Zombie, having him look like Rob Zombie when he gets fun, when they take him, when the fucking war boys get him. He's got
Yeah.
the fucking beard and the goddamn head.
Yeah,
dress.
it's great.
He really looks like he's been held in some fucking castle tower, dude, with this look they give him.
It's not great. They cut it immediately.
Yes, thank God.
And like so this is we kind of get the credits going on like as he's going through this like chamber of horrors and all this shit, and it's like at what point in the Mad Max world do I kill myself? It would have been 20 years ago. It really would have been.
I wouldn't live to see any of this. Absolutely
But
not.
they're getting good at stopping suicides though. In this,
Yeah.
it looks like they've really gotten it down to a science. Because he's about to jump off the damn cliff.
Yes,
Right.
he is. And they say they stop him, but like he does jump and like gets that hook thing. But I think he's like, if I make the hook, great. If I don't,
Hey,
sure.
whatever.
Yeah.
That's why he's so good at being, Mad Max, because it's like, hey man, fuck it. Like if I jerk the wheel right now and survive this wreck, okay. But you know what? If my head is crushed like a grape, hey, that's cool. Fuck it.
One less thing to deal with.
But I'll tell you what though, like as far as like when society starts crumbling, let me tell you, there was a time kind of within the last like 10 years where there was some sort of a gas situation and like people were going to the lines for the gas stations down the road.
This was a Joker thing.
No. But I was just like, fuck, they're lining up at the gas station. And I was like, all right, you better start thinking about when you're going to kill yourself. If the apocalypse is happening right now,
Because people were in line for the gas at the gas station.
But it was like down the street.
And you were like, well, this might be the day I'm killing myself.
Down the street, those cars were waiting for gas.
Okay.
People
Pizza
were
tracker
Hold on a
goes down.
second.
You've got a gun in your mouth.
Okay, so never worry about that. When a bunch of kids like doing Descent creature cosplay start running after you in the middle of the street, then worry.
Yes,
that's
totally.
the end of the world.
So in the
All right.
late 1970s, if you were around as a gas buying adult man,
Yeah.
and there was gas rationing,
I'd
and-
be considering fucking walking off a pier, dude.
really,
Yeah.
just because it's like, okay, so my license plate ends with this, so I can only buy gas on even days. You'd be like, that's it, fuck it.
Well, now once the system was in place, that's a little something. Once they started marking the
So,
license plate
sure.
policy, that's something.
It's the transitional period you're worried about.
Dude, I think about the next 4 years and I'm like, hey man, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, that's the
Don't move to Miami.
This podcast might be over soon because we might be dead.
Hey, actually,
Happy
that's the
New
thing
Year.
though. If we're just out on like it's like that movie Pirate Radio with Philip Seymour Hoffman.
I could get into that.
We're just like out in the middle of the ocean just potting because there's nothing left. And we don't even
You
know.
can finally marry a goat.
Scavenging for fucking DVDs that floated to the top of the fucking waters.
Yes. Well, this
New
one looks
York
good.
Public Library.
Whoever listens to the show would think it's like War of the Worlds broadcast. Like, oh, the movie they're describing is real.
Oh, this is
Because we don't know what
report.
movies are.
Apologies, we're doing Jerry Maguire again.
I guess we're finally doing the Sixth Man. It was who knew that was the one that was going to survive.
Yeah, so Max is captured by
Yes.
the War Boys. He's dragged back to the Citadel,
Mm-hmm.
which is basically the little community that Immortan Joe has enslaved a large chunk of the human race that's left on this
Yeah.
planet.
Or at least in Australia. I'm always
Right.
kind of curious, like,
Yeah.
what's China up to? What's the United
Well,
States of
sure.
America up
This
to?
could be what Australia actually is like now.
Yeah, it's-
I can't be 100% on that.
We haven't been. But there.
What's the war? If you're in Australia, right in the warlord situation in your town.
Dude, we're going to get some email that's like, well, I know you guys were joking, but guess what?
Bullet
War
Farmer
Boy.
has some
Yeah,
good
totally.
policies.
He's a real guy. He's a senator from Tasmania.
Look, he cares about sovereignty. All right, that's what he really cares about.
We do get coming up. We do see there's an opposing force to Immortan Joe, which is these dudes driving the spiky trucks.
Oh yeah, those dudes.
Oh, the Russians?
Yeah, they speak
Yeah.
Russian, and
Okay.
and towards the end of the movie, there's like the salt flats. So I'm like, is that the ocean? Is that
Yeah.
like it's just dry now? So the Russians are driving down from Asia.
The spy cars are also a nod to Peter Weir, a fellow Australian director.
Oh, right.
The
The,
car
cars
they
that
ate
ate
in
Paris.
Paris.
Yeah.
There's a spiky car in that eats people, kind of.
That's a great movie that more people should see. The Cars That Ate Paris.
Peter Weir is great. Great director.
Yeah, I don't know if that's like the ocean, but like that is the thing that they sort of hint at the end of this movie is like because like that's where Charlize wants to go.
Yeah.
Right, because I started
And-
thinking back about history and the Alaskan. What was that?
the
Land
Bering
Strait?
Strait.
Thank you.
Oh,
Yeah, I know
okay.
what's going
Look
on.
at this guy remembering. Yeah.
Or you could walk across from Alaska to Russia.
Oh, the land bridge. there.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
So I'm
Which,
wondering, like, is that happening again? So it'd be like the opposite. Realistically, this should be Waterworld, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, they.
but that would
they-
be boring.
well,
true.
that would be-
Thankfully, it's not.
What's it called? The area?
Bering Strait.
So, what episode of Chop did you learn that from?
First of all, I've got knowledge outside of the world of Ted Allen Productions. All right.
It's good to know. I was just checking.
Ted Allen. But Chris, they used to teach that I think I learned that first in elementary school.
It's possible.
I don't
Well,
know if
also,
they
the
teach that
Bering Strait
anymore.
is the water that's now in betwixt the two.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sure.
It wasn't the name of the
land. Oh, yeah.
connecting land.
Anyways.
I think
Yeah.
Jeopardy would accept both answers.
Oh no, Alex Trebek's like,
Oh,
no.
I don't think so, my friend. You're penalized.
And stupid. The So yeah, we meet Immortan Joe, who's this big hulking nightmare.
This is
with
really
fucking,
something.
Like, wrestler
Man,
hair.
when they're spraying that powder on his body,
Yeah.
and they put on like that Darth Vader chest plate.
Yeah.
I love all the fucking medals.
The
One of them's like a
bullshit.
circuit.
Yeah,
You
it
get that for killing a robot.
I think it's a wrestling circuit. I think that's what it was. He's an old wrestler.
nice.
That could be.
Yeah.
Have the men return from the gold bond mines yet?
Immortan Joe looks like if Blanca lived to be an old man.
Old man Blanca. You
Yeah.
think he'd be vicious in his old age?
Oh yeah, he's
Well,
just
yeah.
because he's had it on the Street Fighter circuit, dude. It's all politics.
Also, he can't do the electricity thing anymore.
Right,
He's an
that's-
old man.
That's the biggest problem.
So-
Can't shoot.
But what he can shoot is his cock, because Immortan Joe is setting up this whole baby farm.
Yes.
And apparently this has been going on for a long time.
He's got a milk farm, he's got a baby farm, and he's
This
got
is-
actual farms on the top of these mountains.
Like, had Jeffrey Epstein lived until his 80s, this is what would be had.
he cried tears of joy when he saw this movie.
So
That's where I got
R.I.P.
the idea.
Do you know that Jeffrey Epstein saw Mad Max Fury Road? Is that a fact?
He had to.
well, yeah,
it's
it was a
great
huge movie at the
film.
time.
It was a huge movie. That's right.
Is the
You probably saw it with Bill Gates. Whatever other weirdos he hangs out with.
Jeez, I hate these reserved seats, eh, Jeff?
Wow. Bill Gates is on my side.
Look, you can get the combo. I'll share it with you. I'll have the popcorn. You can have the soda.
I know I owe you for the plane ride. That's why I'm getting the popcorn.
Jeffrey-
No, we're not going to Frozen. We're seeing Mad Max.
They don't always have goobers, you know.
Jeffrey-
I need a second choice.
No, I can afford it. No, the question I had was, so the machine stopped churning. There's no more water. Da 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 da.
Yeah.
What's the Cialis situation? Because I mean, like, how's this old
Oh.
fucker keeping it up?
Oh, it's
How is he impregnating anyone?
hot sauce on the taint, dude. does
Oh,
it every
that'll
time.
do it?
Really?
Oh no, that's the Bob Odenkirk story from that
Oh, yeah,
Curb
yeah, yeah.
Enthusiasm episode, where he's the retired porn star.
I mean, Picasso was in a similar shape and prior to a lot of medical modern advances.
Picasso's Darth Vader chest plate that he
I think
famously had.
He had a similar setup in fucking Spain or whatever. He was just coming on the beach until he was in his late 70s or mid 70s.
And he owed all the water in Spain.
Yeah, he called it Aqua Cola. What a fucking asshole.
Dude, Aqua Cola, man, that
I
sucks.
love it. Because it's like
It just makes
that's-
me think Crystal Pepsi, which is frustrating.
right, but like if the events of this film actually happened and someone like Trump or something came to power and controlled all the water, he would call it something stupid like Aqua Cola.
That sounds exactly right. I mean, it's very Trumpish, right? The whole
Right.
situation. I mean, we're not the first people in the world to say this, but it's a cult of personality, man.
I assume that most of these, like the chemical compounds he needs to stay alive,
Yeah.
are made by the little guy, Corpus,
Oh yeah, that guy.
the other son.
Yes.
The guy who's like in the little swing that's
Yeah,
always
yeah.
watching the telescope and stuff.
Father, there's something happening with the war boys.
The look on his face when he finds out that Immortan Joe's dead at the end, I felt for that. I felt for him.
Well,
Is
he
that right?
knows it's not gonna be.
Yeah, exactly. He
It's
knows,
not long
guess
for
what?
me.
It's done.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
It's
done.
like,
Just
okay.
throw me off this balcony.
Yeah, someone's about to take my bassinet and
Wow.
throw it off this cliff.
Oh yeah, wait until my brother Rick. What happened? Oh yes, then yes, let them up. Let them up, please.
Welcome.
You need me to buzz you in? All right, I'll buzz you in.
No, wait, I think you missed it. Do it. No, get your hand off that. No, hang on. Now, okay, I'm going to push it now.
Because we see Immortan Joe sort of meet his followers. It's kind of great. He lets like a trickle of water out, and then he speaks like the devil. I don't know, like I don't know what this voice modulation is. It sounds like the devil in Homer Simpson episodes. Like, you are not smarter than me, Homer Simpson.
Totally stuff.
Do not become addicted to water. Soon you will resent it, because then you will resent its
Yes.
absence
Yeah.
or whatever.
But so what are
Fucking
they
great.
doing? Drinking their own piss?
I mean, you're doing
A
whatever you
little
can
bit,
do.
dude.
Yeah.
He
Just a little
speaks a
bit.
little
I think
bit
he's
more.
rationing it, kind of. A
He
thing.
speaks more eloquently than Trump ever
Oh,
could.
sure.
That's the
Oh,
problem.
yeah.
I don't know if Trump could get through absence.
He
Immortan
also-
Joe could win a debate against Donald Trump.
Oh, of course, and I would vote for Immortan Joe over Donald Trump. He also
Immortan 2020, dude.
he put shit together faster than Trump would
Yeah.
too. Like he realizes at the end that they're going back to the Citadel like immediately.
And I know. Hey, Valhalla sounds great. Let's go to Valhalla.
There is one strikingly unbelievable part of this fantasy movie
Yeah.
where it's when he realizes that all the women are gone.
Yeah.
And there's a shot of Immortan Joe like sprinting down this hallway.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, right. I don't think so,
Well,
sir.
It's a holding a shit run. Like
Yeah, oh, yes,
wide
yeah, totally.
stance. It's almost like a dance down the corridor.
I kind of wish he fell in the hallway like De Niro at the end of The Irishman, just kind of like. But yeah, so he's sending Furiosa. She's got a run to make. She's got to go to Gasoline Town,
Gas Town, yeah.
Gas Town, and the Bullet Farm.
Right.
Just pick up some supplies.
Just running some
Yeah.
errands.
Mhm.
Just your average day in Mad Max world.
Is Margaritaville still in? Could you
Yeah, that's,
all right,
it's right next to Bullet Farm. Yeah.
When you get across the salt flats, it's just past the cheeseburger in paradise.
Got it.
Yeah, so Charlize Theron as Imperator Furiosa. Is that how
Yeah.
you say it?
Imperator? Yeah.
Furiosa.
It probably
Furiosa.
flows better
Yeah,
than
yeah.
that. But
Try.
Yeah, it wouldn't be butchered.
Yeah, I don't know.
Let's see if Trump gets through Imperator. That would be something.
Which is like a general type thing. There's other people.
Right.
It's kind of cool. Like, I didn't watch this is the second time I saw it. Like, I like seeing her at the end fight the other Imperator, that other dude who's got the
Right.
same kind of cool spray paint eye
Oh yeah,
situation.
totally. Yeah, Imperator. Imperator.
Do I need to go to the internet? And-
yeah, dude,
Yeah.
you find your little boy.
Excuse you?
Well,
What?
Steve once, for context for new listeners, Steve once put on a video of a little boy saying a word, and I'm wondering.
Oh,
if
to
he
get the pronunciation.
Yes,
you're saying?
And now
Yeah, sorry.
presenting my Imponema Furioso.
my Ipanema.
And we love the Bullet Farm, don't we, folks?
What are
You
you
got your
pulling
kid?
something up over
I
here?
am, yeah.
Did you find your kid?
Tim Apple's gonna play us a clip, folks.
maybe not.
Give it up for
Imperator or Imperator.
Imperator.
Imperator, it says. Or
Imperator or Imperator.
no, there you go. So one or the other. That's Charlize. So she is taking the war rig, which is the big ass motherfucking truck, and she's
Yes.
going to go on this run to pick up
By the
supplies.
way, could you pick up cigarettes, please?
We need some more Diet Aqua Cola as well.
Stop by Cigarette City for me.
Oh man, Cigarette City.
Dude, that's where I would live, and it would be disgusting.
How you doing in Cigarette City? I'm the mayor, and I'm his wife.
Yeah, it's cool. Just hanging out in Cigarette City, man.
Philip Morris would still be around.
Oh, you know what could still be around? Maybe it would be a fun place to visit with the kids. Is Candyland?
Oh, definitely Candyland would be down there too.
Not the Leonardo DiCaprio
Uh,
Candyland.
no,
fun
What's
Candyland.
the fun one?
Everybody's going to Booze Bayou.
Oh, dude.
Candyland, like the game Candyland.
That's a real thing?
Come on.
What?
It's a game. It's a
We're
board
talking
game.
about Cigarette fucking City. None of
Well,
this is real.
There's a real Cigarette City out there.
Yeah, you want to go on down to Cigarette City, dude? Oh, yeah, go to the booze place. Pick up the booze. I'll trade you some cigarettes.
And no filters allowed.
Oh yeah, our currency here in Cigarette City is nothing but Marlboro Miles.
We killed off American Spirit. 25 years.
Yeah, I think Immortan Joe ripped off all the filters to put in his mask.
Oh,
and that's
got
how he
it.
breathes.
That's yeah.
Oh.
He was born in Cigarette City. That's why he needs that mask. But he's ascended now to his own citadel.
So Charlize fucking puts the pedal to the metal, gets out of here.
This is
And
her best role ever.
I
Prob-
think so.
Yeah, I
so
think
up
so.
good.
there.
And what I love about this diversion is like she's driving east, and that dude, like the middle management dude, is
Oh
like,
yes.
"What's going on, boss? wait, we're going to the Bullet Farm first.
Yeah.
Wait, we're going east. I'll
Yeah.
pass it down the line."
Yeah, and that's what's awesome is like he doesn't even question it. He's
Yeah.
like, "Well, my boss is now turned
But-
east, so
By the way, boss, I really appreciate you not looking at the things on my neck. I never get to say it. You're so nice about not making a big deal about the big lumps on my neck.
What is the deal with Goiter Town here?
I mean, I just think it's just, it's
Radiation stuff.
radiation
oh,
stuff. And, like,
sure.
Because
Okay.
there was that two-headed lizard at the very start. Max steps on.
And then
uh,
eats.
He eats like
eats
Baby
it.
Yoda a little bit.
That's right.
He's just as adorable.
Yeah.
One and the same, Mad Max and Baby Yoda.
But it's cool. It's cool that she is like kind of, it's kind of her movie, but it's also Max's movie. Like it is 50-50 more so than any other Mad Max
I'd say
movie.
the scale sways more towards
Yeah,
Furiosa
no, for
than
sure,
does
sure.
him, which is what's awesome because I love the idea that Mad Max is kind of just like a facilitator for this story to exist.
Yes.
Which is, this is the thing that a lot of fucking idiots on the internet 4 years ago had problems with when the movie, oh man, not just this woman movie.
Well, he's strictly a badass in this, and they don't give him anything more than that, and that's
Yes.
what is actually good about it.
Mm.
Like they do so much like moralizing in the first three,
Mm.
and that's kind of the weakest part of those movies, I think.
Yeah.
And like this one, he's just like a badass, and he does all the badass stuff while all the like interesting stuff goes to her.
But even when he's like being nice, it's fucking badass as hell. Like when
Yes.
he fucking rides off, he's like, it's a great exchange. I don't remember exactly what it is, but she's like, well, what happens if you don't come back? And he's
Yeah.
like, you keep going.
Yeah.
You know, and then like that explosion happens and he just comes back with someone else's blood all over him. Like he's doing a thing that's like nice in the sense that it's continuing the mission, but like that's still just badass as fuck. However many people he just murdered and blew up.
But he's also somewhat villainous not villainous, but like when he's fucking with her for a little bit.
It's survival, right?
Yes,
like he
totally.
touches at the start, he's just trying to survive through the wasteland. He'll do that in any way possible, and it gets to the point where it's like, well, I'm going to have to team up with Furiosa. That's my best chance of survival.
She gives him, I mean, like we're gonna get into this, but
Yeah.
she like starts to understand that he's the guy who needs to see something from her first.
Yeah.
And then he immediately was like, yes, okay, if I see that you're willing to do this stuff, and that's where their relationship really comes out.
Well, it's like when you're trying to get a dog to trust you. You know, you gotta
Yeah.
like put your hand out, let your
Sure.
dog smell the hand a little bit. Like Mad Max is the dog in this
Yeah,
situation.
too bad they're out of jerky.
Hey, boss, Tony couldn't help but notice we're not going to Gasoline Town. So just Tony in the back. You know, he's in the caboose. He's got the the guy with the one eye.
Yeah, big goiter right on his left shoulder.
Thanks for not mentioning Tony's goiter. Also, by the way,
So after she tells this dude, like, hey, it's fine, this is where we're going, the
Yeah.
guy kind of like squirms away. And this is where you see the women start kind of crawling out of the hiding space in the rig. And then you realize like something's up. We go back to the Citadel, and this is where Immortan Joe does that hilarious hallway run.
and like there's a lot of cool graffiti here, like who killed the world.
We are
and this-
not things.
Yes, and
our
like this-
babies will not be warlords or something.
And this old lady who's like obviously the caretaker of the 5 brides. You just got to shoot this dude. You've got a shotgun
Yeah.
anyway.
What is she fucking doing?
She's
waiting
talking
so
about
she
it.
can get a snappy line in.
Exactly.
You know what you don't care about in the fucking post-apocalypse, my friend? Snappy lines.
Exactly. Just
Well,
end
this,
him.
This is
Yeah.
cute Waco. That's probably why she
Yes.
hesitated, as she was one of the brides like 10,
Sure.
20 years
Him
ago.
and, her and Immortan Joe were high school sweethearts.
Yes, exactly.
It's Cigarette City.
Oh yeah, dude.
I would like
Prom king and queen.
invite you to the Apoc Hop. It's like a sock hop, but it's for the apocalypse.
Miss Giddy, would you accompany me to the end of the world?
Immortan Joe, would you like to come with me to the Sadie apocalypse dance?
Cigarette City High 56.
It's the end of Greece, but no one can dance because they're all out of breath due to emphysema.
But she's like, hey, yeah, I let him go. I'm like,
Yeah.
no, you've got a shotgun. You see this fucking hulking asshole right in his head. He's good. You know?
I mean, because he's slowly running everybody.
Mhm.
It's pretty dumb.
But he gets her and he kills her, and like he realizes. I mean, it is like the Waco stuff. It's really important and cool because this is what happens in these fucking shit ass societies. It's like the one guy is like, new rule: I get to have sex with whomever I would like to have sex with. And everyone's like, oh, cool, that's what Jesus said. Awesome. That's in the Bible, huh? Yeah.
Yep. Well, the Lord came to me specifically and spoke last night when no one else was around.
The Lord says I may lay with your hot wife.
Yeah, it's
Not
in
not you. You have an ugly wife. What the hot wife?
It is in the Bible. It's in the back. I don't know. You might not have gotten there. It's in the back somewhere.
Send out my wife spotter. He's just got a guy in the crowd working around. I mean, if he sees,
You got a wife with you? No. Be a lot cooler if you did.
The wife spotter's giving out like VIP badge. Just go to the back.
Oh man.
Hang out with Immortan Joe. It's cool. Yeah, bring your wife. Oh no, you can't go. No, Immortan Joe's gonna hang out with her.
All right, listen. If your wife doesn't have a neon green wristband, you got to get the fuck out. All right.
This is like a Ryan Adams concert.
Fuck.
Oh, you want to see Immortan, huh? Why don't you give me some of your blood? That's the most valuable thing around here. Give me some of your blood.
Or some of your mother's milk, which is another fucking gross part of this
Hey man,
movie, man.
there's no cows, right?
Yeah.
And you need that milk.
Yeah.
You need to drink milk.
I guess so, man.
I guess there's just not much to eat, so it wouldn't. I mean, like, not an ideal situation.
No, not a
Sure.
ideal
but
situation.
but the sustenance you get from milk is probably
Yeah,
better than
water.
Dirt.
Well, water is good.
Well,
you
dirt.
want water. Dirt is
And
bad.
none of the poor people are getting milk.
Yeah, they're. I don't know what they're eating.
This is the
They're
drinking
They're
their own
like,
piss.
literally eating dingleberries down there.
Yeah.
They're having dingleberry salad.
Oh, come on.
dingleberry is what? Your nuts?
No, that's a
No.
little piece of shit that's hanging from your ass.
Yeah.
It's
okay.
what the-
Usually trapped in the ass hair.
It's what the toilet paper bears suffer from constantly.
right. The Charmin toilet paper bear.
Oh, maybe that's what Immortan Joe was, a Charmin toilet paper bear.
Oh.
Gone rogue.
shaved. The radiation made all the fur fall off, and now he needs to have that powder.
My Heidi's clean.
Shiny and clean. Now I could go swimming again in this pond. Oh, gross. So while all this is going, so he freaks the fuck out and he's like, sound the alarm. Oh, by the way, this woman is murdered.
Yeah, she's killed.
So he's like, sound the alarm. We got to go after Furiosa. She's stolen my brides.
Yes.
And my property, which are all these unborn children. Some of these women are pregnant
His
who have been stolen.
quote unquote breeders.
Prized breeders.
Yeah.
They didn't take the shitty ones.
Yeah, so I guess there's like a minor league team somewhere as well.
Oh, that was the scenes deleted. It was the Roseanne cameo.
Yes, bring me back Kim Deal's band.
Yes, I am of the minority opinion that they're better and more prolific than pixies. Now get them back here.
Get and say, prepare to shake.
Fire the cannonball.
Oh, driving on 9. Great one as we're driving right now.
I play that for all my breeders.
Oh, gross.
But yeah, and this is where we meet Mad Max again. He's a blood bag for Nicholas Hoult. Also, I think his best performance for sure.
Nicholas Hoult, this time around, I was like, this dude's fucking awesome in
Yes.
this movie.
This
Again,
is the favorite.
The
first
favorite's
time I saw
really
it,
good
too
in The
much
Favorite.
fucking plate clanking and fucking beer bottle picking up.
It sounds like your fault. Don't go
No.
there.
I know, but sometimes you fucking want queso. And here's the thing. is-
Get it after the movie.
First of all, this was 4 years ago. It was before this fucking theory was solidified, but you're totally right because it's anytime you want to pay attention to anything,
Yes.
don't go there. And then, like, I'm not knocking that chain.
No,
I
totally.
like going to them, but like, if it's anything you remotely care about,
Right.
go someplace else.
I've seen, like, when I saw The Last Jedi, I saw it in a regular theater, and then I went back and I saw it again at
Yes.
the Alamo, and that I was really glad it wasn't my first go
our
around.
first go around for Rise of Skywalker is going to be at an Alamo, just like for ticketing
Star
reasons.
Wars are
and I
fine,
know
I
I'm going to
think.
see it again.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear the complaining about the clanks.
Listen, here's the thing. I saw
Christmas
both
with the clanks over here.
Christmas with the clanks. No, because listen, I'll tell you what. I saw Force Awakens and Last Jedi both at Alamos. No problem.
No problem.
My ideal Alamo is any MCU joint. You know what I mean? I am there
We
to
saw-
get a little buzzed. I want to get
Yep.
some food, and I can look away.
We saw Far From Home. It was
Yeah.
fine.
I've never. I did it once with A Wrinkle in Time. That's the only time I've been to an Alamo.
Oh wow.
And
The
I
only
don't.
time you went to an Alamo Draftos was to see A Wrinkle in Time.
Yes, that was it. I
You
had to kill
suck,
time
Chris
in
Gaines.
Austin. What do you want from me? But I don't like. I really don't like the cutesy like food. Like, I'm gonna go to see Rise of Skywalker there and get Chewbacca chili or some fucking nonsense.
Oh, I like that. It's
I-
cute.
Yeah, I kind of like.
I
cute
kind of
food.
like the cute
Here's
stuff.
I think I'm in the middle. I think it's cute, and I'll never order it. I look at it and go,
I
now
hear,
get me a beer.
I hear, here's your Skywalker sliders, and I suddenly die inside completely.
I mean, I can understand that.
The only time I really like going to the Alamo is when they do a marathon. I
Yeah,
like to
those are
sit there
cool.
for 6 movies, and then you eat like lunch and dinner there.
I saw Godzilla there. Perfect movie for
That's
an
a
Alamo.
perfect
Yeah,
one.
yeah,
that's a
that's good.
perfect one.
That's a good
I
one.
went, so the other thing is whenever they do a repertory, this is a fucking weird commercial for them, but whatever. When you do a repertory thing, like I've seen MacGruber a
Yes.
1,000 times. I saw MacGruber there, and like Forte was there.
Yeah.
I got fucking shit faced. It was great. Immortan Joe and the fucking clan here. Let's get back to
No,
it.
so
now.
yeah, and
Hoult.
Hoult,
That's
Hoult,
what we
who's awesome. Also,
Yeah.
anyone notice the doctor? The doctor character. He's not really. I'm sure this guy does not have a degree.
Oh no, that guy
He's-
wasn't certified for anything.
right.
His name's Organic.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh,
He's
really?
called
Dr.
out
Organic?
No, I guess I don't think
Accredited,
he,
I guess, because
Yeah,
because it
accredited.
deals with organic life. He like
they just keep on calling him the Holt and his guy who looks like Flea's son.
Yeah. It's a rough
Slit,
road.
I think he's named.
Yeah.
Oh, Slit. Yeah, you're totally right. Actually,
They keep on calling him like Organic. How you doing, Organic? I'm like, it's Angus. What's his name?
Yeah,
right?
from Fargo season 2, the big brother there.
Oh, that guy you're talking.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay,
yeah.
Angus Sampson. Yes,
Yes.
that's where I knew him from. Fuck,
Yes.
it was totally killing me yesterday. This guy's great.
He's
Also,
awesome.
cult horror movie, 100 Bloody Acres, which is pretty good
Yes.
with
oh,
Julie Crow.
another. Well, so then, yeah, this another Australian movie.
So Mad Max is a universal donor question mark, and I don't know what kind of blood tests we're doing or
Well, I don't know. I mean, yeah, he's O negative. Wasn't it something about? Did they? Here was the question. Did they glean that from the tattoo on the back, or were they putting
they were
all
putting
of that?
it on.
yeah,
They're putting
they
it on.
tattooed
That
it, yeah.
entire thing
Yep.
in that one sesh?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. He's
Apparently-
going to be paying through the nose for that thing.
It even goes on to say like how like where he like IMDb trivia has the whole thing. I don't know how accurate it is, but they even say like how he was run down on the highway, like lone road warrior or whatever,
Oh, cool.
of like how they found him. And it was like it says like psychotic, keep muzzled because he tried to
Oh.
escape on the hook.
Right.
And he's
Yeah.
got this. He's like basically just feeding blood to Nicholas Hoult. Nicholas Hoult wants to get in the chase, but the thing is, like, I don't know, man. Like Mad Max, I never see him in this movie. Like he's giving a lot of blood. Like the first half of the movie, he's giving blood. I never see him drink orange juice or eat a
Right.
small bag of pretzels.
Get a
You know what I
little
mean?
cookie.
A good
Give
Yeah,
him
a little
organic,
cookie.
give him a little
Yeah,
cookie
just
afterwards.
I give blood. I'm a little woozy afterwards. I need a little cookie.
Well, la-dee-da, audience. Steve Sadak gives blood.
I do.
I've never given blood. You want it? Come and fucking take it.
Again, ramping up options for your assassination, by the way.
But no, yeah, he doesn't drink. He's not taking a nap.
It is kind of nuts that he's not just like falling over
I need
constantly.
apple juice. I need apple juice and a brownie, please.
Give me something with some sugar. Yeah, I hadn't thought
Yeah.
of that, but
And
yeah.
also infections rampant, my
Oh,
lord,
God,
the
sure.
dust. He's
Oh.
just running around with this thing.
Yeah.
The first thing the man does is eat a 2-headed gecko.
Yeah, that's true.
The guy is fucking rampant with it.
Oh, those fucking bones crunching, man.
Yeah.
Well, you're not like aiming to live to be an old man.
That's also
You
true.
know, it's like whatever. I get an infection and die in my 40s. I mean, that's on par with what we're gonna have.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Sure.
If I keep stopping at Cigarette City, for sure. He becomes Nicholas Holt's car medallion, which is kind of awesome.
I love this whole setup. Nicholas Hoult is what's his name? Hux, by the way.
Nux.
Nux. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And like because he wants to be part of the action, but he has to get this blood transfusion, so he just brings Max along as
Right.
it, like kind of straps him to the front of the car. Because the other guy is like, there's a driver and a lancer, which is just a dude with a fucking spear that's gonna just start stabbing shit.
Pretty sweet, dude, if you ask me.
Lancer, like that one time in Juarez. Oh wait, no, different movie.
I was thinking of Trancers, actually.
Oh
Never
shit,
mind.
with Tim Thomerson.
Tim Thomerson, yeah,
Yeah.
Doll Man himself.
Right, and Helen Hunt.
Helen Hunt. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's in the first
Oh.
Trancers.
Never saw it.
Oh.
Weird
it's,
movie.
It's stupid,
Okay,
but
cool.
it's check it out, dude. I have like a 4 set on
Jesus
DVD.
I haven't seen Best Transfers 1, but it's one of those movies that if we did an episode on it, no one would listen to it.
Yeah,
no,
well,
like, what is this? We'll see you next week.
300 diehards. That's about it.
Right.
So yeah, like and they're all driving towards Furiosa. Furiosa is fighting off these spiked cars, which is a lot of fun.
This is what I appreciate about Immortan Joe, by the way.
Mhm.
Not only does he talk the talk, but he
Mhm.
walks the walk, because this motherfucker is getting in the cars with everybody and drive. It's not like fucking Darth Vader.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, which I
Well,
know
Darth-
Vader. I know
wait
Vader
a
sometimes
second.
gets in on the action, but it's mostly
Yeah.
like after everything is
Well, it's not
settled.
Palpatine. He's not Palpatine. He's not like, oh.
That's a better analogy.
Yeah,
I guess
you're right.
Because Vader does do that Death Star
And-
run.
and Vader's got to wash out his air holes or whatever the fuck happens in that little bub.
But Vader does conveniently come down after the Hoth battle's pretty much settled.
Yeah.
You don't see him helping out there.
At Hoth,
Yeah.
he walks around.
After it's settled. That's what I'm saying.
That's
Immortan Joe is out
fair.
there from the jump. He's leading the
He's out there
leading
from the jump.
crowd.
And what I also appreciate about the War Boys and Immortan Joe's operation, they're like, we're going to get the buzzards off her back. Then we're going to deal with our own internal politics. This other crew is trying to jack this war
Yeah,
rig. but,
Right,
you
these
know,
Russians.
hands off, man.
Well, because I mean, she's got like 3,000 gallons of gasoline, which is that's like $2 million.
Do you think in like a different version of this script, she stopped successfully at Gastown first? Because why does she have so much gas here?
Yeah, that's a good question.
And then she's going to use some of that gas to buy her way through passage with the dirt bike boys.
Isn't most of it water, and then the little bulb at the back is gas?
right.
But they do say 3,000 gallons at some
And
point.
it's in
But
the,
I think it's water.
You could probably fit 3,000 gallons in that little bubble.
Yeah, that's true.
the deal with the Ridge guys with the dirt bikes was for gasoline.
Yeah.
So that little fuel pod definitely does have gas in it. And, I was
and
just
then I
like,
think the rest of it's just water. And
I
they-
think you're right, Kevin, because that's
Yeah.
what the hose is hooked
Yeah.
to when they're like washing themselves off and whatnot, which was definitely doing it for a lot of people in movie audiences, I guarantee. All right, fine, I'll accept the lady scenes now.
Well, it turns into "Oh Brother, Where Art Thou" for 5 seconds when they're just down by the lake.
right, just washing themselves, doing their siren song.
Go to sleep, you little Maxie.
Yeah.
There's one dude in
I
this.
thought he turned you into a toad.
Let me tell you, by the way, just another sidebar, because whatever, but I have started watching Watchmen.
Mhm.
I'm fucking in it, man. I just finished episode 4. Tim Blake Nelson is one of
Incredible.
today's greatest working actors.
He's great. He's
I gotta-
so much
I gotta
fun.
get on it.
He's
Regina King's also fucking great
Yes.
in it, but I'm just saying, like,
Jeremy
because
Irons
Eric
is
was
doing whatever the
referencing that
fuck
movie.
he's doing in that show, and I kind of love it. But it's
Jeremy Irons.
yeah, he's just
oh,
insane.
But yeah, anyway, that's a whole other
Yeah, but Tim Blake
podcast we
Nelson's
don't have.
awesome. But yeah, so we're all driving around. Max is just strapped to this car. The War Boys are going nuts. At this point, like there's, oh, that's right. Like basically, like I think Nicholas Hoult is going to kill himself to get her. Is his idea
Yeah, well, it's the whole witness me
thing?
suicide thing. Although the first witness me suicide you see is the other dude.
Oh right.
Who jumps onto the spike car
Yes.
with the exploding spear.
Yeah.
Man, I mean, I know it's not news to anybody, but like the stunt work in
Yes.
this movie and the practical fucking effects, man. Like, sorry, Marvel movies, eat your fucking heart out,
Yeah,
man.
no, I mean-
Honestly.
I mean, it's the biggest technical. I mean, that's the thing is this. It's kind. That's why it's kind of a little hard to talk about this movie. It's so much stunt, so much technical achievement, and so much pace. It's all like just complete. From here on out, we're just driving. And we're having a great
it's
time.
so
Yeah.
visual
Yes.
that it's very hard to get into it because the plot is pretty straightforward.
They literally drive as far as they can go and then turn around. I mean, that's
So they do a K turn and come back.
They end where they start, you know.
But I love the witness me thing. It's a really cool idea. Again, like it's like this weird. You get so much of this religion. I want more of it just because I'm a weird religion fanatic. But at the same
It's
time, like,
totally
it's-
fascinating.
yes.
Especially just like the use of the word Valhalla. And it's like,
Right.
so why is it they decided to pull from that
Yes.
versus anything? I mean, because we're not mentioning the
Mhm.
Lord Jesus Christ anywhere.
Yeah, I mean,
Does Christianity come up in the first 3 movies at all? I
mean,
can't remember.
Remember,
think
there
so.
aren't many people who remember a time of books.
Yeah, it's true.
He might have just picked Valhalla because it sounds cool.
he's also probably a white supremacist.
That also sounds correct.
It does sound way cooler than heaven.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, heaven. Valhalla. I mean, come on.
Well, it's all. I mean, this is a heavy metal influenced religion, which is I could almost get into it.
It was kind of interesting because this time around, and of course, the very famous guitar guy and all of that.
Everybody loves Guitar Guy.
I was kind of wondering. I was like, what exactly does George Miller's music and DVD collection look like? That's got to be a funky ride, man.
It's got to be very varied, right?
A
Like,
lot
Yes.
of early Limp Bizkits going on.
I think it's mostly black metal and underworld.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, he's a huge fan of the Underworld franchise.
and then like the Wuzzles.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
like look at his filmography.
Oh,
It's
no,
actually
the
bonkers.
techno band Underworld.
oh, I thought you meant the movie.
No,
I don't
no,
even know
no.
what the fuck are you talking. Underworld. What's that? Never heard of it.
They're a big British techno band. They're like one of the biggest ones ever.
That's great. Good for
They're
them.
great. They're great.
Hey, great, Chris.
The Train Spotting song, Dan Boy, Sad Boy.
Oh, yeah.
That's them.
okay. Well, there you go. Learn
They're
something
very
new
good.
every day on We Hate Movies. Educational programming
I'm
for
trying
all.
occasionally. Like Mr. Rogers, more cursing. And filthy jokes.
Every time Chris comes here, takes his shoes off, puts on some tennis sneakers, puts on a nice coat.
Won't you be somebody else but my neighbor?
So this is kind of around the fucking baller sandstorm sequence.
Yes.
And this is like, it's the, majority of this movie is practical effects and like
Yes.
some, camera color correction and whatnot. This is obviously fake, which is fine. It still manages to look totally beautiful.
Yeah.
Even though it's incredibly dangerous. But like Charlize is driving right into this fucking thing. And boy, do you feel for Mad Max right here because he is still strapped to that car.
With blood coming out of his arm, and this is when Nicholas Holt's like, "I'm gonna go in." We're gonna,
Right.
he sprays the shit in his mouth,
yeah.
which gets you high, I guess, but also
Yes.
and you want to die shiny and chrome, which is cool.
It was confirmed. I don't know if George Miller said it, but it was like a reference to like the popularity of huffing.
Yes.
'Cause I guess one of the slang words that they refer to it in the movie is an Australian slang term for
I mean, it
huffing.
makes perfect sense. Like, you're not growing weed, so how are you gonna get there, dude? Spray paint, sick.
Totally. Although that's something Immortan should have thought about, man. The top of that little Citadel farm.
I've got a pretty cool grow house going.
Check out my op at the top floor.
No, this is a meth culture.
Oh
That's
yeah.
true.
Look at this. Look at the people here. This is
Yeah,
meth.
Yeah.
He's got a blue dream factory going up there.
Nobody's wearing a shirt at all.
It's hot
Shirts
out.
have been outlawed, dude.
outlawed.
That's why everyone's after Mad Max. You won't take that fucking thermal off. How is he wearing that thing?
You will get addicted to shirts. The absence of shirts will kill you. Only rags.
That one fucking truck blows up in the sandstorm. That's
Yes.
an amazing visual.
Yeah,
and
go
also
in.
just adding to the tally of incredible deaths in this
You got
movie.
people like flying in that tornado
Yeah,
and like
you do.
explosions going on all around them.
Because I mean, I guess like the whole world is so fucked. Like sandstorms are not just like sandstorms; they're like insane sandstorms.
Oh no. You misread it.
Oh, what's
No,
that?
that this is Cigarette City.
Oh,
That's just
no.
smoke. All the smoke. They're inside the big one when they go and crash.
Welcome to Cigarette City.
Yeah, it's a little windy today. I'm sorry.
So Max gets extremely lucky here because this Nux is like witness me blood bag,
Yeah.
and he starts filling the carriage full of gas,
Yes.
and then he breaks out a flare.
Yeah.
And Max is able to grab this flare from this dude while outside
It's
and
awesome.
crash into Furios's war rig and survive without it exploding, which is quite a feat.
It's all very impressive. It's almost as if gas fumes don't exist.
This is probably the part of the movie. It's like
We're
from
sci-fi.
all the other
yeah.
explosions I've seen so far, you'd think that this much gas and a collision would result in some flames.
Yeah, well, I guess.
But I don't care.
Yeah, no, I definitely don't
I'm
care.
sorry. having a great time.
It's very strange in Cigarette City. There are a lot of ambers, hot ambers going everywhere. in there.
We call them cherries.
Oh, so many cherries. It's rated cherries.
Oh, you want me to show you to the cigar district?
Yeah, and this is when so everybody's kind of crashed here. Immortan Joe does not go in the sandstorm, so there's some distance there.
Yeah.
He frees himself from Nux here by like beating the shit out of him, and then like
He beats the shit out of him and gets like the chain part broken, but he still has the mask like locked on his
he's
face.
still attached to him for a little bit.
Oh, that's right, he
And then
drags him.
Right.
Yeah, he drags him, and then he forces the brides of Joe to use the bolt cutter.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right. This is where he comes upon them and they've pulled over and they're like washing the sand off themselves with the hose.
there's great humor all throughout this movie, and it's none of it is self-aware and none of it is cutesy. It's like it's just like a lot of physical comedy. Like he's about to blow Nux's head off with a shotgun. It malfunctions, and it's like
Yeah.
it's a really quick little joke. A lot of Nux's jokes are funny, but it's never like, wow, dude, take that down a notch, or
That's-
like awkward.
Yeah.
That's also a callback to the second movie. He does the same exact
Oh, really?
thing with
Okay.
a busted shotgun shell.
Yeah.
But my favorite part is him, like, they give him all those reasons, like, we're the breeders of Joe. We've been tortured all these years, and like I've been under the boot. Furiosa's like, I've been under the boot of this mother. All these things. He's like, no. We'll take the mask off.
Yes.
Yep. All
Yeah,
right,
exactly.
let's go.
I was realizing too, this is 2015, so already Tom Hardy no stranger to wearing masks.
True.
Man.
She rushes him, and her fight with him is really
This
awesome.
is a
It's
fucking
great.
awesome fight.
Yes.
Just like toe to toe kicking some ass right here.
I think she like almost broke his nose because she was wearing the character Furiosa only has one arm and one like robot arm,
Right.
which is awesome.
Yes.
She was wearing like a green screen cast and accidentally punched him in the face with it.
Yeah, she definitely did break
Yeah.
his nose.
Oh, she
right
broke
here.
his nose. Yeah.
Yeah. Which is, that works for the character. And they smartly filmed this movie in sequence, so it's totally fine that his nose is broken in this movie. So this is where they sort of hash out, like, he's like, I'm just fucking stealing everything.
Yes.
And leaving you here. And they have a little negotiation. This is, you want this mask off your fucking head.
And Nux has come back to consciousness at this point, and there's some great lines here, just more war boy culture.
Yeah.
He says stuff like "Glory me, blood bag." He's gonna get once they capture Furiosa here and bring her back to Joe, he's gonna shred her.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Which is like, I want to see a shred.
Yeah, there's shreddings. There's like, I mean, you don't have TV. It's like, oh, when's the next shredding?
That's why public hangings were so popular.
Totally.
Fuck, we got fucking skull stuck in the teeth again. Okay. Use some of the water, pour through there. Maybe we can use it again tomorrow.
But yes, and he's like really excited, like that he thinks he's on the same side, and like Max is like thinking about it. He's like,
Oh, sure.
I can get some food out of this whole
'Cause
situation.
it's
Like,
survival,
mhm.
Also, a great line of like, "That's my jacket."
Yes, that's my jacket.
Yeah.
And it's an exact replica of Mel's jacket,
Yeah,
which is pretty cool.
yeah, it's very
Somewhere,
cool.
I think, is it Charlize is
it's
saying
an exact
this?
replica. But the jacket itself is not anti-Semitic. The last jacket was.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
It's in the fibers. But this jacket, they're like, all right, we'll remake the jacket, but don't put the anti-Semitism.
There's a great line somewhere around here where I think it's Charlize says, you don't have to do it just because he tells you. Is it her that says that?
I would think so.
I can't. It was one of those lines I just
Yeah.
wrote down. I should have wrote down who said it, but like, there's so much fucking great dialogue in this movie
Yes.
too. Again, another reason why it really, ascends to beyond just like an action movie with cool stunts.
No, totally. Because I mean, like that's the thing is like you see and you see these women, like one of which played by Zoe Kravitz, by the way.
Right.
Zoe Kravitz is one.
Riley
What's her
Keough.
face?
Riley
Riley
Keough.
Keough's another. Yeah.
And then the one was a Victoria's Secret model. Like they're all like, and they're all great. Like you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like but you see like kind of the plight of these women that they do not want to go back. Like you
Right.
know how
Oh,
bad it is.
this is around where they take off their chastity belts, which is like spiked.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like this weird dentata shit. I'm like,
Yeah.
whoa.
Yeah. Well, that's
Yeah.
that keeps others out.
I appreciate a challenge.
Oh God.
That's the thing too. You know what, Chris? It's a great point. Like here I am. It's date night with Immortan Joe. It's like, are you taking that thing off? Oh man, I'm losing it here. I'm losing it. Who's got the key? I'm losing it.
Somebody get me the hot sauce. This is going to take a while.
I'm an older man now, and I'm losing it.
We need to find a balance between the KY pond and the gold mines.
I named you Rictus Erectus to help me get erect. Now put that finger up my ass.
Get over here, fluffer.
Yeah. Well,
Immortan.
no, we will not be going to Condom County. Condom County is like one guy's like, anybody want them? They're all here.
Well, it's like
y'all, we're sitting on a mountain of condoms here in Condom County.
it's like Harlan County, USA. It's been ripped apart by by the end of the world. Everybody's dead.
Hey, y'all, all our jobs in the mines are gone, but we just got lots of condoms left over here in Condom County.
They don't really expire. It's all cool, man.
This one was in my wallet for 6 years.
Yeah.
It's still good.
There's
No.
nothing left down there. We
No.
got all the condoms.
No one's going to be using condoms anymore. What could you repurpose a condom for in the post-apocalypse?
Balloon animals?
Yeah, sure.
Hats. You can make a hat out
Like,
of it.
fun
condom hat?
You don't got like medical gloves anymore. You put them
Oh,
on your
there's
fingers.
that.
Maybe?
Oh yeah, like 3 schlong. Oh yeah, anyway. I meant 5 schlongs for the fingers.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the
But,
scene we don't see with Angus Somerset. I'm like, here we go. Here we go. One over the other.
So this is they notice that the Gastown boys
Yes.
are coming here, and this is. Go ahead.
Oh, no, I'm sorry.
No.
Oh, no, but Max steals the car and tries to drive away, but Furiosa has
Oh, right.
a
There's a little
thing
kill
where,
switch here.
yeah, that only she could drive the car because she knows the code, so she like kind of outsmarts him here.
Nobody knows how to start this car but me.
That is exactly what it is.
And let me tell you something later on in the movie where she tells him like the in order of the buttons you got to press and whatnot to turn this car on, and he's like, yeah, got it. I was like, I don't have it.
I was like, repeat that 50 fucking times.
Totally.
Do you have a notepad in here at all?
This dude who's been in like 9 car accidents in this movie alone, immediately memorized that sequence.
By the way, around here, the blonde wife called the Dag says about Max that he's a crazy smeg who eats schlanger.
Yeah.
Schlanger, which is
Schlanger.
apparently Aussie for your cock.
Oh shit, dude!
So yeah, that he eats dick.
Wow,
It's pretty harsh.
Is that where schlong comes from?
Probably. Or I mean, Schlang probably comes from German something or other, I'm going to guess.
German. That was your guess for
That's my
schlong?
guess. Schlang.
Yeah, I mean Schwanz.
Oh,
Schwanz
yeah,
is,
there you go.
Yeah, I mean Schwanz, Schlong, Schlanger, sure.
So
It's
there's-
all there.
Is there Dick City somewhere? No, I mean, I guess that's
The Dick
everywhere.
District?
The Dick District, for sure.
Welcome to Dick City.
Just
Population me.
just Dickstrict. It's cleaner.
Oh, the
There you
Dick
go,
Strict.
there
Yeah,
you go.
totally.
The
And
whole
it's
world
not
is
what
dick.
you think because it's just a fucking post-apocalyptic county populated only by Andy Dick.
God, this is where I would kill myself.
Yeah,
in the Mad Max
exactly.
world. The
Hi, neighbor.
We will destroy Dick City. And by that I
Universal
mean the
appeal.
comedian Andy Dick.
Come and get it.
You know what? You know what? I would witness that.
Hey, Immortan Joe, did you used to be hooked on drugs? Well, I can re-hook you, Andy Dick. Dude sucks.
Yeah, I've brought down all the greatest warlords: Phil Hartman, Immortan Joe,
Allegedly.
allegedly.
Yeah, sure.
This is a comedy podcast.
Sure,
that
it's
is
all-
in no way.
It's all
This is-
satire.
It's all sad satire, and it's not slander. It's
No, it's not.
schlanger.
Yeah.
None of what we says matters. Is what
Uh-huh.
I'm trying to get at.
So they do he gets cut loose of Nux, and now we have an uneasy alliance where let's all get in the truck. Nux is left outside. He gets picked up by his buddies, and it is still in the pocket of Immortan Joe.
Still in it, yeah.
Yeah.
Or is this where isn't this where he's on the back of the truck? Or is
No,
that-
because he tries
that's
to
the
kill himself
second
one more.
time?
Because Immortan Joe, yes.
Okay.
What's coming up here is like Immortan Joe kind of catches up to them and like he's I think what's his Nux is like, I can get in there. I know what the
Yes.
truck looks like, et cetera, et cetera.
He can get the tunnel that the girls are in. He
Yes.
knows how to get into it.
and he
Okay.
gives him a gun, and he's like, "Go do it, and I will see." He sprays him. He's like, "I will be with you this day in Valhalla. I will
That's
carry
right.
you. Hey man,
Carry
you know what?
him,
I'll
yeah.
carry you to Valhalla.
Yeah, you could just get on my back, man.
You're
Like, we'll
doing-
go.
Oh man, this guy's great, dude. Give this guy. You know what? Give him a double sweet in Valhalla. No, I never give those out. By the way,
The
I
special clouds. Put him on one of the specials.
It's one of the ones that has a yard.
All because he was a war boy that got on the rig and had the strand of clothing from one of the
Oh,
wives.
right, yes.
And what I love about this sequence is there's some guy in the back that's like, I got the blood bag's boot.
Oh,
I got the blood bag's boot.
That dude is awesome, and fucking Joe is just like, and turns around and keeps driving.
I mean, good luck getting into Valhalla with a boot, mister.
A boot from one of your co-workers. Okay.
Did we mention the bullet farmer and the people eater of the gas
Oh,
town? They're
yes.
all in pursuit.
They're
now.
all-
There's
yeah.
three
We
war
got to talk
parties.
about these guys. A bullet farmer guy is amazing. I love
Yeah.
his helmet. It's a
Yeah.
great look. It's like a bullet wig, which is kind
Yeah,
of great.
it's-
And he
it's almost
kinda
like a
reminds-
samurai helmet almost.
Yes, it sort of looks like a samurai's.
It's a cross between a
dude.
samurai helmet and what Dave Chappelle wore in the Rick James sketch.
Yeah,
a little bit
yeah.
of both.
I thought of British Parliament wigs.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
a little bit.
Sure, yeah.
And this dude looks like Harry Dean Stanton, which points.
Yes, very true.
And
Speaking
then-
of Cigarette City,
Oh, dude, that's yes.
that guy was the fucking king for life in Cigarette City.
He and the gasoline guy.
Oh my god.
He's
Yes,
got no
the people
nose.
eater,
People
which is
eater.
like, I wonder how he got that name.
Yeah, he's eating people.
Look
he's,
at him.
He's a big old fat guy.
in
Yeah.
like a Wall Street kind of suit,
Yes.
but with the fucking nipple necklaces.
The
Like
ni-
his nipples are pierced with a necklace in between.
The necklace. Oh, what if anything happens? You know what I
Yeah,
mean? You're in a
yeah.
Mad Max scenario. It could get caught on anything.
Or someone's tugging it. Like you
Mhm.
fucking
yeah.
piss off one of these war boys, they're tugging it.
I mean, that's what you're paying for that. You know, that's the whole point of the necklace. is
No,
to get
but
tugged.
I'm talking about like,
Oh, yeah, like a fight.
stick it in a car door kind of a tug.
A non-professional.
Just ripping these fucking tits right off this guy is
I
what
just,
I'm saying.
you know, I can't.
But it's a hot out, so he's got a shirt that exposes his nipples and nothing else.
course.
His nose, by the way,
It's got a
is-
tea steeper on it or something.
He looks like fucking Vincent D'Onofrio in the Salton Sea. Anybody remember that
No.
movie?
Except for he's not making hog noises the whole time like he is.
He's kind of like a half pig man in that movie. It's weird.
I mean, I feel like our friend People Eater here has got. I mean, like he's not going to Valhalla. He's going to with the Cenobites. He's got a separate
Oh,
deal.
Oh,
yeah.
sure.
You know,
yeah.
they're like, you will let you go this time.
Do you think if like let's say
He's
you're-
on probation from the Cenobites.
Look, we already have a butterball. I am sorry.
Your
about that.
backup butterball.
like okay in the post-apocalypse, let's say you summon up the Hellraiser demons. Do you
Yeah.
think they'd be surprised? Like,
Yeah,
Jesus,
like-
fuck, what the fuck happened?
I think it like Pinhead would sort of look around and be like, "Well, our work's been done for us. Good day."
Is that
Earth."
why hell was so crowded yesterday? I thought it was just the holidays.
What a busy ingest day for hell.
Oh my favorite deli was right here. What happened? Leave for a couple centuries.
Oh, well, there's almost no one left to live deliciously. This is just wonderful.
There's no CDs? How am I going to kill anybody? I'm all out of CDs.
Dude, that should be like the third fucking gang are the Cenobites.
Yes.
Because they got Charlize has a truck full of pretty ladies, and they're the only people on the planet that can live deliciously.
That's true. I mean, but yeah,
yes, I must get the 5 brides of Joe so someone can live deliciously.
something delicious must happen.
Look at this fat man with no nose. He's certainly not living deliciously.
He's a bit of a poser, too.
Yeah, thanks, fan club.
Barely worth turning myself into a statue over, honestly.
So what happens now? Nux is back on the war rig. He fails again.
It's kind of great. It's another great moment of like physical comedy because it's like he sprays him, he's like, "You shall be with me in Valhalla," and he like really talks him up, and he jumps and he just misses the jump.
He fucks it up immediately.
Yeah,
You can just see
yeah, there's
Joe
like a
being like,
like a chain is attached to him and he falls, and then that gun that Joe just gave him, like this prized, beautiful gun, just falls
Yes.
away.
Which is
My
awesome.
favorite line is after that. It's not. Immortan Joe doesn't just look it. He says, mediocre.
Oh,
Yes.
right.
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
Like, not like, oh, what a piece of shit. Like, okay. A man. A 5.5.
Is it the people eater who has the line like when they explain to them like what's going on,
Yes.
like, and what Joe is doing, he's like, "Blah, all this for a family squabble."
Yes.
Pretty
Yes.
great line.
Kind of great. And but I mean, it's also like, it's like, yeah, it's true, dude. Like, I don't know, man. Let that go. You got hosed this time. You don't want, and also you've also done the thing where you left your entire fortress totally open.
Massive cock up,
Mhm.
if you ask me. You shouldn't have taken that big motherfucker. You left the little guy in the bassinet. He can't do anything.
I think the dirt bike guys are pretty cool.
Oh,
Yeah.
these dudes
Yeah.
that control the passageway here.
That's kind of the
Yeah.
next movement. Yeah.
I really enjoy their look with all just like, it's like fringe everything, like fringe jacket, fringe face, just all
Yes.
this.
These dudes are
material.
awesome. They fucking loved the 1970s. apparently. That's what they're mimicking.
And
here.
they're doing all these fucking bike flips and stuff. So Furiosa like had a deal with them to give them 3,000 gallons of gasoline, and she's gonna leave the pod there. But like, she had told them like maybe a few vehicles in pursuit, but now there's 3 whole war parties.
Yeah, the guy is like, excuse me, you told me at worst a few motorcycles would be after you, but I count no less than 3 entire campaigns,
There's fucking
coming towards us.
armies
Yes.
coming.
And then she says, "I've changed our deal. Pray I don't change it any further."
No,
she don't.
fuck.
Right.
No, she don't.
But these guys turn on her, and now we get all these bikes like jumping up and over the war rig, shooting down upon it,
This
which
sequence
is cool.
is so. This was. If anybody remembers the tweet I had a couple weeks ago when I was watching it for this episode, I'm speaking to the audience. Airing now on New Year's Eve. This is where I was like, it's impossible to watch this movie without your fucking jaw on the floor the whole
Yes.
time.
Yeah,
This sequence
yeah.
specifically, where I was just like, wow. I mean, the fucking work here, man.
And it's stunt work again. You're like, how did they do that?
yeah,
Just like, I love just the shooting of these dudes in the air and then like ducking as the motorcycle hits the fucking roof.
yeah. So many times the
Yeah.
motorcycles are just dropping right on the war rig, and Charlize is like, oh fuck, here's another motorcycle.
And they blow the passageway anyway, which is cool.
Yes, and they kind of get away. Riley Keough finds Nux here. He's just kind of hanging out in the back of the truck, like, I fucked up. I'm a loser. He's like, he saw me fail, kind of a thing.
Oh, right.
And he's like laying some game here, a little bit of game.
Yeah, I guess. Well, it's like in the post-apocalypse, this is like the best you can do to start like planting the seed.
Yeah,
the
totally.
best things you can do is like, you even disappointed your mates, Larry and Barry.
Oh,
who's Larry
yes.
Barry? Oh, these are my deformities, my tumors right here. I drew little smiley faces on them.
And she's charmed.
she is charmed.
Somewhere around here, there's a great thing where the rig catches on fire.
Oh, yeah.
And it's the fucking greatest problem solving move of all time. She drops the like railroad cow catcher that
Yeah.
the rig has on it, and it starts kicking up all the sand, and the sand puts out the fire. I was like, that's
Genius.
really fucking cool.
Oh, no, but she's such a cool character. Like,
Yeah.
she's shown to be like very tough, but really, really smart. Like, obviously, she's laid this plan out. She's she's making the deal with the motorcycle dudes,
Right,
Which
yeah.
that's a
But
prequel
Steve,
move.
we didn't see her make the deal. How do we know that she's a good deal maker?
Well, because she's got this title, right? It's Imperator. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
it's that she's given the truck, dude. She's-
Imperator Mary Sue,
yes.
report for duty.
We should say, because Steve mentioned this is where Hoult.
All those guys live in Garbageville. That's
right.
a little further down from Cigarette City. It's just a lot of people being upset. Like, well, okay.
Furiosa, you must go to Garbageville and pick up the fresh takes. I need them.
It's just a bunch of dudes at burned out, broken computers thinking they're typing on message boards.
Go to the Last Jedi district of Garbageville and find the ticks.
It is very weird that even though religion has left us, we still remember Last Jedi and are still pretty upset about it.
We fight over 3 things: water, gasoline, and the Last Jedi.
You might run into some trouble when you deal with the Snyder Cut boys.
Oh, dude.
The Snyder Cut boys.
They're all
dude.
just wearing really bad Batman costumes.
They all have BVS merchandise.
We should say, because Steve, you were already mentioning where Hoult is found in the back of the car by Riley Keough. Right before this, we lose one of the brides here. This woman, who's the most visibly pregnant, by the way, which makes it way worse. She went under the wheels.
It's
this woman gets fucking killed.
There's a false moment of hope here because she almost falls and she doesn't, and then you get that great, and it's been gift to hell, rightfully so, because I love it so much. Max looking back, seeing that she's okay, and giving the little thumbs up.
Oh yeah.
Oh right.
Up, and then she immediately dies right afterwards.
Yeah, and this whole fucking truck, and I believe, is it not? It's Joe's truck.
Yes,
Joe's
he
rig
accidentally runs over
and then
her.
he like turns the wheel and like crashes his own rig.
Right. And this is they really start freaking out.
But the drama of she went under the wheels is like such a great like.
Yes,
Charlize is selling it because like, and everyone doesn't know what they want to do because like the whole thing is to get these women out and like.
Yeah, they want to go back for her, and he's just like, she went under the wheels.
Yeah, that's because Charlize is like, did you see? And he's like, listen, she went under the wheels.
What? They all have really weird names. Like the Dag is one. One of them's named Capable.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Cheeto.
Cheetah. And then this one's got like a name like expensive whiskey, like Akintoshin or something like that.
Zoe Kravitz is Toast the Knowing or something.
Yeah.
Toast, yes.
Cheeto is actually, she came from Garbageville.
Right.
She was the daughter of a guy that wrote a lot about the Snyder Cut.
Oh, the woman who goes under the wheels here is the splendid Angharad.
Yep, sure. And like, so there's like this really horrific, and it's like as black as comedy could possibly get is when the doctor guy is going to see if the kid made it.
Oh
right. Like,
and like he's just and there's like some prop comedy going on.
Yeah, like this guy's waggling around the fucking umbilical cord like he's fucking Carrot Top Man.
Just like, I mean, and it is funny, like really darkly funny. It's like, that would have been a great one. He says like, you would have had another month, you would have a perfectly healthy son. And then like Rictus Erectus is like, I had a baby brother. He was perfect.
Yeah, it's rough.
Also, one great moment of this whole like the trauma that poor Joe's going through. That's who I'm identifying with watching this. He's like his breathing apparatus. The mouth is kind of open with those big horse teeth.
Yeah,
and he's just shooting into the sky.
Yeah,
it's pretty great.
He looks like Bugs Bunny a little bit.
Sure.
Kind of.
Also, one of history's greatest monsters, Bugs Bunny.
The Great Chungus. There is a great line that Joe has like earlier on in the movie when they're driving. He says very specifically, like, "They have my children. That's my property." And like, it's a really like, I mean, that is the movie in a nutshell. And like, really, like, it's a really important kind of signifier about, you know, and it's about, you know, reproductive rights. You know what I mean? Like, these women have none.
Right.
That you're a breeding farm, et cetera, et cetera.
Right. No, totally. It's a fucking great movie, great action movie that's also fucking saying a ton of shit. It's all these things coming together. Why it's so great.
Seems to be a whole nother village in Garbageville coming up. Because you said women's rights? Oh, no.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no.
Oh, no, it's the Fury Road, boys.
So one of the engines has broken down on the rig, and this is where it's revealed that Hoult is a rev head, they call him, which I guess is just mechanic.
Also a black thumb, which I like. I like that term for some reason. It's like a green thumb, but black thumb is like blacksmith.
Oh, this is kind of like when it's like nighttime. They're on those like weird, gross
they
mud
hit,
flats or
yeah,
whatever.
they hit the moisture there.
They're running over fucking Uncle Owen's moisture farm. Not my crops! No, my crops! Oh, my moisture!
He ran over my crops.
You space bastard! You killed my pine!
And the bullet farmer is in pursuit because he has tank bottom wheels that he can get through it better than anyone else. And
tank bottom wheels that make the rocking world go round.
And it's night now, so you get like the distant shots of like his tank with the light going around. Pretty cool.
And also like the light, I was reading about this, was shot in the day, and they just digitally fucked with the lighting, which is really cool. And it's very unreal. It's like this blue, like azure blue craziness.
Yeah, but it's awesome because it doesn't just look like your traditionally shitty day for night that's
Yes.
just been consistent throughout filmmaking forever.
Yes.
Like it's like they realize like, okay, we have to do day for night, but let's also manipulate it even further so it's like, you know, science fiction-y day for
Yes.
night.
Right.
And it looks fucking awesome.
It
It's
does.
just so nice to just stare at this Blu-ray.
And Nux is kind of becoming part of the team here, and he's like, we can pull out of this mud if you just tie it to that thing over there. And then someone's like, you mean that tree? And he's like, yeah, that's that thing.
The tree thing. Yeah, sure.
Again, like, that's like
It's a nice touch.
It's a really specific joke. It's just because like a lot of the self-aware humor just in these action movies just drive me kind of nuts. Like your eyes glaze over. Like, take that down a notch. Like, okay, Mr. Loud, or whatever the fuck happens in all these movies. Like, it's actually like an observed thing that makes sense in the world, and it's funny.
You know, like the Joss Whedon handbook.
Yes, exactly.
Also, one good detail: they've done like a bullet inventory.
Oh,
and
right.
They only know they've got like 3 shots left with the rifle.
Yeah.
And Max is trying to shoot at the bullet farmer's light, and he realizes at the last bullet left, like I'm not going to get this.
Yeah.
So he hands it to Furiosa, who then does.
Yes.
And the bullet farmer loses his sight.
Oh, this is awesome because she shoots the spotlight and all the shit goes
Whoa,
right into his
whoa,
eyeballs.
whoa.
Yeah.
Steve,
Yeah.
ask me what happens to Bullet Farmer when Furiosa shoots the light.
Chris, what happens to the bullet farmer when Furiosa shoots the light?
He's blinded by the light.
Oh, fuck, dude. yeah.
Shrapnel in his eyes. He's bleeding everywhere.
It's so great because then he's got the guy like holding like his hand in front of his face, or he's like, "No, close, I can't see." And the guy's like, "I'm fucking right on you, buddy. You're blind as it gets."
And then he blindfolds himself. He's like, I am justice now. And he's got these 2 machine guns. He looks
It's
insane.
Oh my
Awesome.
God. One of his lines is, I am the conductor of the choir of death.
Yes.
Which is pretty good.
All right, boss.
I don't think I would come up with that in a moment of pure anger.
No,
It's a little
I'm
poetic.
never that articulate when I'm angry.
Once your boss is blind and is like, strap me to the front. Let's do this. And I'm like, you want to go? We could just go and say he died.
We could like, you want to just push him off this thing?
Exactly.
Oops, we hit a bump and he fell.
They stop and they start getting off. It's like, no, we're going so fast that you can't even feel that we're moving. You can't even feel it.
Are you just making mouth noises? No, I'm not.
Shake it back and forth a little bit. Maybe that'll do it.
Around here is what I was talking about when Max is like, well, you keep moving. And
Yeah.
he goes
Yes.
and gets all the fucking ammo and whatnot. It's
Yeah,
a
he
great
comes out like
scene.
20 guns and all this stuff.
It's
and
so fucking funny. I mean, he comes back with like an arsenal strapped to him. It's pretty great.
and it's like it's a really cool like it's a real like, you've had so much action in this movie anyway. You don't need that scene,
No,
but it's a cool punchline and also like just a nice mystique behind the Max thing.
yeah, that's what's cool about it. It has several functions, but I just love the idea of like, oh, here we go again. It's another action scene,
Yeah.
and you just don't get to see it.
Yes.
Yeah. And it's also like it's from her perspective too. So it makes sense
Yeah.
to not see what Max does on his own.
And
Yeah,
also, it's
totally.
kind of interesting. There's like there's some sexual chemistry, but it's never really specific between Furiosa and Max. But it's never really specific, and it's never really sexual. I mean, like sometimes it's almost flirty, but not. It's never goes anywhere near there.
It's
Yeah.
literally sex in this economy.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, there's just literally no time
What
for
the
it.
fuck are you? Why?
Yeah, exactly, which actually makes a lot of sense. If you're fucking running for your life, you're not like, you want to fuck real quick? It's like, no, I do not.
No.
Also, I can't get it up with that much fucking sand up my ass.
That's
dude.
true.
I mean, come on. I've already talked about how fucking on the beach is one of the
I think-
most
Oh,
appalling things.
You're like Anakin Skywalker over here. I hate sand.
That's me losing liquid, lady.
All right, let's go. Let's go through Condom City. We'll go. Finally, a customer. Hey, man, wrap it up. Cars are driving by. Remember to wrap it up.
Do you know that's what it is? When the dude in Condom County makes
Condom
the
County.
fucking sale,
Yeah.
he goes, "Would you like me to wrap it up for you?
Oh, nice.
Or are you going to wear it out of the store?"
Order up. Got to get an erection if you're going to leave here. Order up.
Oh, well, it's 100 condoms for 1 glass of water. Yes, that's. We are priced to move.
I'm reminded of the great fucking Mr. Show gag. Cock rings. Come to the cock ring warehouse. We are overstocked with cock rings.
Cock rings. He passes. They get away. Max falls asleep, and like Furious is kind of letting him sleep. She's driving. You know what I mean? Like,
This
you get
is-
a good night of killing. You
When
can
he
just
wakes
live,
up,
sure.
when he wakes up is when you get the shot of the toe cutter's eyes bulging in.
Right, yeah,
That's
this-
like a
it's this
scary
part.
memory.
And what's awesome too is like she just looks over like, hey, how's it going?
Yeah.
Like she's like, what the fuck? Like, because
Yeah.
he wakes up
Oh,
like,
he's like
screaming
fighting.
and
Yeah.
looking to punch somebody and everything, and she just turns over like, will you fucking chill out? But around here we're talking about like they're going to the green place, the green place.
Oh, right.
Place, you know. So he's finally like, how do you even know that this exists? And we get a little Furiosa backstory here. She's like, well, I was born there. I was born in the green place.
They do drive through this swamp area
Yeah.
that is later revealed to what it became of the green place.
Right.
And I kind of want more about these weird people walking on stilts.
The crow people, I love them. I'm into the crow people.
Yeah, you'd be living in the crow life.
Oh,
right?
for sure.
It's just because it's kind of close to the title of that Incubus album. That's the only reason why.
A
he's
crow
there.
left of the murder man.
That's right.
Jesus Christ.
I was
yeah.
never an Incubus boy.
That was the last one I listened to, but I was very into Incubus. And man, is there a scathing critique of George W. Bush on that album? Look
You
out,
don't
Mr. President.
say.
Got him. Yeah, dude. And it ended the Iraq War with the song Megalomaniac. No, it didn't.
Man, fucking world
No,
sucks.
it's still going on.
Incubus didn't do it.
No, unfortunately.
They wrote another record, still didn't happen.
Neither did Rage Against the Machine.
Sadly.
George Bush defeated them too. So yeah,
win.
it's mission accomplished, Chris.
Win.
Yeah, so she says like, you know, she was like kidnapped as a child, blah blah blah.
Sold to Immortan Joe or whatever.
Right, all that stuff.
So yeah, and as they're driving, they find this woman naked in a cage.
She's screaming, and this is another fucking great gif right
Yes.
here. Is Tom Hardy being like, "That's bait,"
Yeah.
just pointing up and looking at it.
Mhm.
So she gets out. She's like, you know, hey, it's me, Furiosa. I'm the daughter of blah 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 blah.
But Max is right. It is an ambush. That's the
Yeah.
thing.
well, it's the security initiative.
Yeah, sure.
You know, but that's So she gets out of the
Yeah.
car and is just like, hey, please don't kill us. I'm local legend coming back.
class of '92 here.
Yes,
Before I
yes.
transferred to Condom County Prep.
Yes. Naked horror and terror. Yes. I'm part of the guild.
Secret handshake. Who? Ha.
Yada 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 yada. So they all come out and they're like, "Oh my God, it's Furiosa." She gets a little warm reception here, but then Furiosa, the happy times are not meant to last because they're like, "Well, if you came from that direction, man, you passed through the green place."
Well, no, you
which-
said I couldn't miss it. Well, no, you did. You go? Did you take a left at the gas station or? No?
which guest? Oh my God, here we
Wait
go.
a second.
again.
Where'd you after the old barn? Did you keep going?
Did you take a right at the fat guy with the fake nose, or did you keep going straight?
That's why you can't miss it. Sucks. Because you can't miss it.
So yeah, they tell her like, "Hey, bad news. That fucking horrid swamp you drove through, that's what the green place has turned into."
It's now Sludge Isle.
Yeah, totally.
I would be like, so what's the deal with the crow people?
Do you talk to them ever? What? I mean, what is their deal?
Oh, but well, hold on. Let me just go scream at the sky, and then I want to know about these crow people. But I am going to scream at the sky right now. It is a great scream at the sky. It looks awesome.
Yeah.
It's not like, I mean, man, it's crazy that George Miller has been able to direct more movies because fuck, dude, it's a scream at the sky that isn't cheesy.
Yes,
you're not
no,
rolling your
somehow-
eyes. Like it fucking works.
And if it's not working for you, the fucking the wind on the sand and shit, it's beautiful.
it's
Well,
incredible.
It does work for me, for the record.
Yes.
Sure.
Well, I mean, she's expressing what I'm feeling. I want to see the green place, and now I'm screaming on the
Also,
inside.
the fucking bad news is that she's like, well, where's everybody else? And they're like, hey, we're the fucking mothers that are left, man. This is it.
Yeah, it's
This is all you
which
got.
It's like it's this one lady that was in a cage who I believe was supposed to be Wonder Woman in that canceled George Miller movie.
Right, the Justice League that he
Yes.
was going to direct at one point.
which got really close.
Oh, wow.
This was a long time ago.
It was
I
like
think.
it was the
wow.
writer's strike. It was like almost going to happen. Army Hammer was going to be Batman.
Oh, that was that movie. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Et cetera.
I do remember the Army Hammer
the
news.
dude from the OC would have had a career because he would have been the Flash.
Which guy?
Adam,
what's his face?
Yeah, Adam.
And Brody?
Yeah, Adam Brody.
He was
Or
going
is
to be
it-
the Flash?
He was going to be the Flash. Yeah,
California.
yeah. He would have had a career. He may have had a
California.
career. And actually, that's like one of my top 5. Like that's a movie. I would just,
OCs.
yeah.
One of
No,
your top OCs.
no, the Justice League movie. I would like to know what that movie was. Like it's
that and as Superman Lives.
yes, I would
right?
love those movies to just exist, whether they're good or bad or otherwise.
Where's that fucking documentary?
That's
Let's
a good
get
call.
that going.
Because there must. I mean, there's a bunch of shit. Like I think they had costumes, the whole thing, and then the
I
rest-
just didn't know that George Miller was going to direct that.
he
though.
was going to be the
Who-
guy.
Did he write the script too?
I don't remember.
No,
How
I
they-
don't
he probably
recall.
had something to do with it. I mean, it was-
Wow, that's
Senator,
crazy.
I do not recall.
And instead, we got Holly Hunter. By the way, all those
Right.
all those years later.
exactly. What did it? What did,
Senator, Superman.
Superman, take off that cape and respect this court.
Oh yeah, now you drove your little war rig into Hunterville. We all talk like Holly Hunter. Get in here.
so we've gone away from the idea that every place has a commodity. Well, I guess talking like Holly Hunter is a commodity.
We make money off
Yeah,
it.
that's true.
Ah.
Somehow.
So it's basically, we're gonna hang camp for a little bit. This is where the movie nicely settles down, and so good things
Yes.
going on here. Like the old woman explains to the younger girl, like, this is my like bag of seeds. I
Yes.
try to plant stuff, it doesn't really work. But she's like kind of hopeful. There's the fucking great thing where they see the satellite, and it's an awesome series of lines because she's like, that's called the satellite. It used to broadcast things all over to screens back before the bad times. Everybody had a show, and
Yeah.
it's just like talking about fucking YouTube and it's just
Podcasting.
yes, exactly. Did you see how I was trying to navigate around that? You just fucking drove right into podcast.
There was a
Drive
young
a
man
truck
named
to it.
Ben Shapiro, and we did not like him here at the Many Mothers.
She says things like back then everybody had their fill, and
Yeah.
it's just kind of a nice talking about the past from
Yeah.
characters who aren't fucking Mad Max, which is
And
nice.
basically, their idea is they have all these motorcycles. Like, hey, let's just take these motorcycles and as much gas as we can
haul
have.
ass to Lollapalooza.
Yes,
dude.
we'll drive across the salt flats. We're sure to find something. And Max is like, yeah, no, I'm not going to go with you guys.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, thanks anyway, Max. And then he has some more flashbacks, and he just kind of realizes he's got to do something.
He's also been
this is his
making
hero moment. Yeah.
this
Right.
badass like inking of this map, which he's just kind of doodling, which is pretty cool.
It is cool. There also the whole like line of hope being a mistake is just so
Hope is a
good.
mistake.
So good.
Yeah, it's and oddly prescient.
Yeah.
It is kind of weird that Charlize is not doing an Australian accent in this movie. I guess
Well, I think it would have been cool if they just let her use her South African
that
accent.
she never lets out. Like
No,
that's like
no.
her dark secret for some reason. Like, we know you're South African.
Yeah, totally. Like, just let that out of the bag.
You're like buds with Dave Matthews. Well, not really.
Let her
That's how
Is
everyone
he
talks.
South African?
I believe so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Jesus Christ! I thought that guy was pure Americana.
No,
Just because
born-
every
born in
American
South
kid
Africa.
owned every album of his. Ugh.
He eventually, I don't know when it was, but he lived in like Virginia. And
Yeah.
shit. That's where the band formed.
What's he
somewhere in
think about
Virginia.
apartheid?
I think I would hope so. Anti. I imagine.
I have no idea, man. He was in Chuck and Larry. What, I don't know this fucking teenager.
You
So
know
that's
what?
one
Fair,
strike.
fair volley, I
I
guess.
feel like even Adam Sandler was anti-apartheid.
Does Adam Sandler know what apartheid
That's
is?
a good
That's the
question.
other question.
Apartheid, woo!
Do apartheid.
No.
So they let some people live hood and some people they don't have to. But you know,
Nelson Mandela do bar.
I think Opera Man knew about apartheid. though.
Opera Man did, but I think, when you're
cultured.
reading cue cards, man, I don't know.
And yeah, the late he's like apartheid, bye.
And then he was like, hey, Lauren, what's apartheid? Oh, don't worry about it, little boy. Get back in the van for the night. We're going back home. Goodbye. Because I
How did
imagine
we
if
get
it's Saturday
there?
Night Live,
Yeah.
it's like working at a little circus. And
Yes,
you're
yes,
yes.
putting a little van at the end of the night.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so they kind of have this thing here where they're like, hey, Furiosa, Max is kind of right,
Because he drives out to them and cuts them off. And
Yeah.
it's like-
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
it was
great,
a really cool, badass moment.
great cutoff move here. And he's like, we got to go back to the Citadel. We know it's fucking there.
Yeah.
And we know that we can basically like circumvent Joe's path to us,
Yes.
get around him, blow the fucking pass again, and then, get back to the Citadel and
It's-
take it because it's undefended.
It's such a ballsy move to be like, we're just going to go back to where we came.
Right.
Not. I don't mean from a storytelling standpoint. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, the movie is going backwards now.
Right. Yeah. But
And it's still exciting and excellent. And all
Don't
that
you
stuff.
mean they're putting it in reverse?
They kind of
car jokes.
Well, I mean, this time will be a little easier with the many mothers of the dead meat tribe. there
Yeah,
to
a
help
lot of
them.
these ladies get
They
picked up
do
pretty
not
quickly.
make it.
There's what's interesting though is there's like 2 I think that make it when all is
Yes.
said and done, and it's not like the people they set up to be the leaders
No,
of
totally,
the many
yeah.
mothers. It's like the fucking B squad, the ones who don't have any lines really. Like Seed Lady, she
Yeah.
gets it.
Seed Lady gets it pretty bad.
It's fucking
The lady who's going to be Wonder Woman also gets it pretty bad too.
Oh, fucking horribly!
Yeah,
that
she gets
lady
run over by the people eater.
Yes, she
Yes.
does. Which so they're driving back, and
By the way, and it's brilliant too, because it's like, oh, in the Citadel is just the war pups, the kids that he's raising to be the next war boys, and War Dog's too sick to fight. I mean, it's a brilliant plan because they got green,
Yeah.
they got the water,
Yep.
yeah,
that what do they call that? It's Chris Cabin, a well.
Oh, well, yes.
Well, it's actually I want to see the fucking science specs on this thing because they say that he gets the water from a huge drill into the earth.
yeah.
So like he's
It's a
clearly hit some like water table or something
Oh,
like
right,
that.
yeah,
but
yeah.
I'd like to see the inner workings of that.
And
whole
much
thing.
like-
ocean of water. If only I could get at it.
And much like most long trips you've been on, it's always a little quicker when you go back. You know what I mean? Like,
That's
the ride
actually-
home is
It's
always
true.
just a little bit
Very
quicker.
true.
You're recognizing all the same rest stops.
Yeah, exactly.
The tree.
Furious is like, we got good air traffic here. We're gonna make up some time. Like, how the fuck did you do that?
Oh, it's tailwind, Steve. It's science.
Well, it doesn't. Immortan Joe has set up like a fruit stand
Mm.
on the side of the fucking highway.
We're gonna sell
Wait,
lemonade until we get back on our feet.
Yeah, I don't know what his exact plan is here.
You know what though? But it's Problem Child 2 lemonade, and that's just a pitcher of piss.
apple and firewood for sale.
It seems like they're just taking a breather. They've
Yeah.
been hit pretty hard during this conflict. They do have someone out like on watch to see what's going on.
Yeah.
They see the war rig coming back. This is where Joe immediately is like, they're going back to the Citadel.
Yeah, he knows right away
Yeah.
how fucked he is. Also, though, if he's that quick to figure out the plan, how are you that fucking stupid that you took all the people that could defend the Citadel
Yeah.
with you?
I
You
guess
need
it's
to leave
hubris.
Rictus Erectus.
Hubris. I mean,
Yes.
yeah, is the
You
answer,
gotta
but-
leave Rictus Erectus, dude. But he wants to come along. It's like he's a kid. Dad's going out for the day. Can I come? Can I come?
What's the little guy's name? Dave?
Corpus.
Corpus?
I think he's like, all right, Corpus, here's your big chance now. I'm taking your fucking Erectus brother, and we're gonna go out. It's all you, Corpus.
I mean, that's cool, but can you leave me like a bodyguard? Like,
Nope. Corpus, you have the bridge.
yeah, cool.
Immortan Joe leaves.
Oh, dude, that's what Corpus needs to do. He needs to fucking set up some micro machines on the floor. So then
Oh.
Furiosa shows up. She stops, like, that's it.
Get
I
some,
made my war pups disappear.
get some stofers going.
Exactly.
So on
When
the-
I grow up, I'm living alone.
A whole breast milk cheese pizza just for me.
there are 16 people in this sex prison, and you're the only one that has to make trouble. Look what you did, you Immortan jerk.
I don't want to sleep with Rictus. He pees the bed.
All right, Dad, is it okay if I make a bunch of these shadow puppets so people think somebody came to my birthday party?
No. He does that to be like, no, look, there are tons of war boys here. Look, I'm doing all the silhouettes.
This is that's my uncle, Immortan Jeff.
That's right.
And then a neighbor with a big shovel helps him.
And then Immortan Joe is like, oh no, how are we going to get back? Oh, look, it's John Candy in a van with some polka bunnies. Yeah, I left my my son home once. Yeah, he was in a funeral home. He didn't talk for 3 weeks. That is the funniest fucking thing in the world.
I really want to know how much of that scene is improvised
Yeah.
between the two of them. It's
Yeah.
fucking genius.
Yeah.
The third floor, it smells like gasoline up there.
Yes, when we meet Lord Candy.
Rictus, your girlfriend. Woof.
Dude, Rictus is the buzz of this
Yeah,
world,
he would definitely be the
guaranteed.
fun.
So yeah, the war parties are descending back on the rig. There's a great thing here where it's like we're gonna fucking cut them off and make them stop. And this is where we're having the fucking gas spitting contest between these two guys.
It's so cool.
It's
yeah.
Max. Well, first it's Nicholas Hoult, and they're like siphoning gas and then like dumping it. I don't know how cars work.
Yeah.
Back into the engine, and it's making it like bursts of speed is happening.
It's almost like
they're-
nitrous, kind of, almost.
Yeah, the people there, the bad guys in this scenario, they're driving Max's old car.
Oh,
too,
right.
which
The great
is-
"That's my car" line.
Yeah.
It is also, and which does get destroyed, and all the other movies revolve around him trying to keep this car and all
Right.
this stuff. It's a real, like, it's a whole new fucking franchise kind
Hey,
of a thing.
Max, they're fucking with your car, dude.
Doesn't one of the other ones, the car gets destroyed instantly? Is that maybe 3? Is it 3 or 2?
3 sounds like the one you're thinking of.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to watch them all for this, and I didn't get. To
I
it.
rewatched them all, and yeah, I want to like it gets wrecked all the fucking
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
And each
But
one of
I mean,
them.
this time it's like, it's
Yeah, this
done
one, it's
for.
gone.
This is Dunzo because the dude is like riding in between the war rig. And I forget which other car. Oh well, it's
Yeah,
obviously
it's
the
the
people
People Eater's
eater car
yeah.
because the other dude's
Yeah,
dead.
his war rig.
Yeah,
And it's like, go between them. You crazy?
I do. We're not talking
Crushes
enough
the
about.
car.
We're not talking enough about the band car, which is the coolest thing in the world.
Yeah.
And the
Guitar
drums.
guy.
And I mean, like, the drums
All
are
the
really cool.
amps and stuff.
This is,
Yeah.
I want to be part of that. That's my team. Like, all right, you know what, dude? I'm not a war
feel
boy.
like-
Can I just be in the band a
But
little?
you're like playing nonstop.
Yeah,
it's
all
like
right.
they're going like 24 hours a day practically with this.
Well,
this-
how
it's kind
long-
of tough. Yeah.
How many times does the war party have to go out like
That's
that?
a good
I
point.
don't think
True.
they're.
It's like it's the 1 gig a year type of thing. It's like our big fucking gig, guys.
Well, here's the thing: like, you got all these like speed metal dudes and whatnot.
Yeah.
and those songs aren't long.
Yeah.
right? You need like jam band people to get up there. Someone who can play like a good
There should be
3-hour
fucking
set.
Fish.
Totally, dude.
just with a
fucking-
bunch of flames coming out.
Immortan Joe does kind of look like Jerry Garcia.
Yeah,
Yes.
he kind of does, dude. And yeah, you got Bob Weir on the back of it, guitar fucking fires shooting
I
out.
do feel like if you're one of Immortan Joe's subjects and you're like, oh, yes, he knows what's right. Yes, too much water would be bad for us. Wait, he's building a car that has a huge guitar guy that has really? That's
don't say this directly to him, but I think Joe's priorities here and the gas and water wars are a little fucked up.
he's like drawing. It's like, it'd be really cool. So no, listen to me. Listen, it's gonna be awesome. You're gonna be suspended. There's big flames. It's gonna rule, dude. It's gonna rule.
All right, but so how many speakers do you want on the front of this fucking thing?
100.
Okay, so we need to find 100 speakers in the post-apocalypse.
And bungee cords too, because he's gonna be bouncing around. It's gonna be metal as fuck.
how many drummers?
100.
We don't have the fucking protein to feed those men.
All right, but so wait a second. So why is fire shooting out of the guitar?
Because it's metal as fuck.
I see. Okay.
And how long do you want them to be playing?
All the time.
Okay.
You want to be in Valhalla, you better get me what I want.
Dude, this is like the Immortan Joe reality show where he's working with all these consultants and they're like off on the camera like, yeah, I can't work with this fucking asshole. I don't know. I'm an artist here. I build rigs for musicians. This is bullshit. This guy's crazy.
Undercover Immortan. How do I put the wheel on this? What is it? A war party?
Or it's Pimp My Ride, and he just told Exhibit that he kind of likes metal music. He's like,
yeah.
oh, you like metal music? Okay, I know exactly what to do for you, man.
So do you like your flames blue or orange?
Should have been blue. That would have been rad as fuck, dude.
Exhibit makes sense.
Mhm.
He would survive the apocalypse.
He would definitely.
What I do love on this trip back now, the fight they give chase and the fight happens again. This is where we get the polecats.
Yes, those
this
guys
is
are awesome.
great.
So
And again, you're watching this stuff and you're like, how the fuck did they do any of this?
right, yeah.
Because it's all practical. Like none of it's it's like very
I
little
put
CG.
on for 10 seconds in the back, not more than 10 seconds. It might have been like 90. No, it's
Nice.
actually a little more than that. I watched a little bit of a special feature about
Okay.
the making of it, and they were like, we were going to try to composite shots for that.
Yeah.
And George Miller was like, it looked like puppets.
Yeah.
Like it
Yeah.
didn't work.
So
it's
he's like,
just
we're just gonna do this.
Yeah, it's amazing. And also in that featurette thing, they had an entire room with 30,000 fucking index cards with storyboards to show the entire script all done out.
And he also storyboarded the film before he wrote the script.
Which
is-
makes sense because it's such a visual movie.
I know, and it goes to show you why you can tell when film productions cut corners with shit like that.
Yes.
We need to fucking storyboard it. Let's just start shooting.
Exactly.
No, man, there's a fucking purpose for that stuff, and
Yeah.
this movie's proof in the pudding.
And apparently it was a really difficult shoot on the actors. Tom Hardy was super. He had a huge falling out with Miller 100 times because you just couldn't see it. Because you imagine you're out there for 8 months and it's no, he's like, don't worry, it's gonna make sense later.
Right.
And you're not talking it. It's so it's another scene of me looking worried. Got it.
Yeah, and it is totally understandable though,
Yeah.
because you don't. All right, so you're shooting me. Why am I hanging off this thing?
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
It doesn't help when George Miller keeps on screaming that he's going to bring his stunt boys to Valhalla.
Yeah, that was a big problem.
I do want those sequels to happen. Apparently, Tom Hardy signed on for 3.
Yes.
But there's been rights
The
issues.
Wasteland
Apparently
just
it's-
recently, I think, got okay.
I noticed that
Yes.
it was listed on IMDb at least, and I hadn't seen it.
mean-
I hadn't seen that listing featuring a title.
It would be cool if Warner Brothers got bought by Disney and then Mad Max could just hang out with Wolverine, you guys.
That's all I'm waiting for, dude. Because then I'll kill myself. So we do have, and the poll people here are awesome, but we do have some other notable contenders in this battle. My personal favorite, Chainsaw Guy.
Chainsaw Guy.
Yes.
Oh man.
Fuck, dude, this guy
He
is
gets
great.
chainsawed by his own chainsaw, which is the problem with being Chainsaw
He
Guy.
kills an old woman though.
Oh,
First, right?
yes,
So
This,
that's
oh man,
good for him.
Seed Lady. Seed Lady gets it right in the neck.
Ugh.
My question about this though is, I don't know why we don't see Seed Lady spurting here.
Yeah.
She just kind of sits back down.
I
and-
think I can answer this because it's like when we saw the baby wasn't covered in blood. I feel like old ladies and babies, you pull it
they're
back a
safe.
little.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean that makes it. It's not that.
I agree
It's not
with
a
you.
horror movie.
I
Yeah.
agree with you. That old lady should have been a pile of blood and parts.
Nobody wants to see their grandmother get chainsawed.
I thought her fucking head was gonna fall off.
Watch out, Andrew's going to go to Garbageville and become the leader of the Fury Boys.
Uh-oh.
Also, the dude with the fucking power bow and arrow, the
Oh, yes.
crossbow that gets
That's
Max in the hand, and it goes
Mhm.
through his hand and it's stuck in his head, which is such a great touch.
His life is saved because of a ghost. Right?
Oh, right, 'cause the
Vision,
girl-
and yet he instinctively puts his hand up.
Yes.
At some point, I mean, because this action scene goes on forever, and not in a bad way, but there's
No.
so many ins and outs of it.
Yeah.
Max gets into the People Eater's car
Yeah.
here
Damn it,
So
this is
good.
great.
and uses him as a human shield for Immortan Joe, which is
Yep.
an amazing thing.
It's so fucking good. There is a great moment too where the people eater's trying to climb out of the car, and you just see Max oh no, you don't.
And he puts his fat foot on the accelerator.
Oh,
there.
yes.
Oh, right.
By the way, his head got blown off by Immortan Joe, which is awesome. And I think Max gets taken by a polecat here.
Yes, he does.
And then he springs over onto your favorite guitar boat.
The guitar boat is there. and-
Right. Oh, Max is on the guitar rig, which is
Yeah.
cool. Zoe Kravitz also gets plucked out of the car by one of these polecats.
She gets kidnapped, and I really feel like Guitar Guy, he's I can't really fight him. Get any requests? All right, stay away, please.
It's around, I think, because he does kind of get into it with the guitar guy a little bit, and the fucking mask comes off.
Yeah.
And I texted you guys this last night. I
Yes.
couldn't believe no one got back to me. He looks exactly like Slender Man.
It was 4:00 in the morning.
Yeah, I was asleep.
I was pretty late.
But he does, or at least a Doug Jones-esque figure.
I thought Doug
Yeah.
Jones was playing this guy.
Yeah.
He is some famous Australian guitar
I mean,
player.
maybe this is the end of Slender Man.
Is
where
this
he
the end of Slender
This
Oh,
is
like
where he
the
ends up.
world ends.
Yeah,
and
sure.
Slender Man's like, what do I do now?
Well, after all the plumbing got turned off in the Slender Mansion, dude, what with
Yeah.
the water shortage?
Then he just started noodling on the guitar, and the rest is history.
This guy,
Slender. I could give you a job.
this guy, the guitar player, I guess he goes by Iota. That's his stage name in Australia, I guess.
well, yeah, I could do Panama, but they're not going to hear it. But with all of these,
That'd be great, dude.
By the way,
It's
here are
classic music.
our Slenderman episode on the Dead Meat podcast.
All
There you
right,
go.
Yeah,
Wow.
the 2008.
Yes.
Wait, no, 2018.
Yes,
Slender Man.
it's not 2008. He was just creepypasta at that time.
Right.
He comes. Yeah,
Linguini.
this is what. Yeah, now we're all on the rig, and this is like a great rig fight where just Rick just shows up and he's finally doing stuff. What is the deal with Rictus's mask, or like it's like a latex beard he's sporting
well,
here?
it's a fake chin. He has to hold it up. You see,
I see.
I don't know.
No, that might actually be true.
Yeah, maybe he has like no control over his jaw or something.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, all of these people look ridiculous, so you don't know for sure.
Dad said I was a mouth breather, so we got this apparatus here. so that
He's just
only
had that on since he was a teenager.
Been breathing through my nose ever since.
Oh yeah, Zoe Kravitz gets stolen, and then it's kind of awesome. There's this other, and I don't know the names of all the maids, but she's not Zoe Kravitz, and she's not Riley Keough, and she's not the lady that gets killed. She's the other one.
I think that's the Dag.
The Dag wants to escape earlier in the movie. She's like, she wants to go back.
Oh no,
That
no,
was
that's
Cheeto.
That's
that's
Cheeto.
Cheeto.
She wants to go back to Immortan Joe,
Right.
and then sort of towards the end here, she's like,
She goes
take
to
me
a
with you,
rictus.
take you, and
Yeah.
but she's like playing both sides here, which is kind of a cool turn for
Right.
that character, right?
Yeah, because then Rictus Erectus takes her to the back, and while his back is turned, he gets hit in the back of the head by Max.
My God, Rictus Erectus is down! Oh, Mad Max, Rictus Erectus wasn't even looking.
Call Immortan Joe. Rictus Erectus ain't coming home tonight.
Corpus is outside the ring like Paul Bearer, yelling in at him.
Whoa, Rictus, what are you doing? Oh, I almost fell out my bassinet.
Going back to the milk farm after this.
Rictus Erectus has fallen through the chair. It's amazing.
By God, they're fighting on top of the war ring. Here comes Foley with the tax.
That's Austin's music. It's Austin. It's Austin. It's Austin.
That fat old man loved Stone Cold
Of
Steve
course he
Austin.
did.
Oh, he certainly did.
But Rictus survives through this brief encounter. He dies later on.
Yeah,
with Nux.
Spectacularly.
Amazing.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Charlize uses this kind of diversion to get onto Immortan Joe's rig, and she just rips his fucking jaw off.
What's so awesome about this is like,
Her arm gets ripped off too.
It gets
in this
all
battle.
stuck in the
Oh,
in the
that's right.
wheel,
Yes.
and
Yeah.
it pulls everything apart, which is awesome.
and I just love how there's no fucking speech.
Yes,
There's nothing.
she's got a zinger of "Remember Me," but that's it.
Right, but
That
it's not.
is
It's not like
though.
for your crimes, Immortan Joe.
Yes.
or whatever.
You'll be hanged for the neck till dead. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
it's just
it's
like
just remember me, and I fucking ripped your face off. I ripped your jaw off your body.
it is such a brutal death, and it's wonderful.
And it comes quick. Like, and that's the other thing, because we're trained to
Mhm.
expect a speech. And it's just remember me, crack.
Or like he's gonna get the upper hand for a second.
It's
and then
gonna be
she's-
some kind of a scene, and
No.
it's just not
No.
at all.
and because this movie's so fucking fast.
Yeah, and then they're like going back to the Citadel with his war rig, and then in the war rig of the main war rig we've seen,
Yeah.
it's got Nux's driving it, and there's everyone else is behind them, that's still in pursuit, and Rictus is pulling up the fucking engine block. Is that legal? I don't know.
My God, Rick, this is up again. I did not see this coming.
Look out, Nux! He's got an engine block.
Nux, no, behind you, but turn around. No, he's not even looking. Oh, by God, he's not looking.
He's playing for the crowd. No, Nux, look. Oh, God.
No, no.
Damn it to hell. Damn Rictus Erectus to hell.
Oh, just what a class act. My God,
Oh,
what a dirty dog.
He's got to use the ropes. Oh, he fell to his death.
That kind of reminds me. There is one of the many mothers calls Rictus Erectus big boy. It's like, hey, big boy, and then is murdered immediately.
Yes. Oh, because
she's thrown right off the fucking truck.
Oh, so what happens with the lady who was hanging from the cage? How does she die? Because we said.
So two of them fall off.
Oh, right.
They're on like a motorcycle, I think, or something,
Yes.
and they wipe out, and then it's like, oh, duck, and because Immortan Joe's like driving, trying to run him down, and she like drops them both to the ground, and he drives over them,
and they survive.
and then she stands up like, oh, and I think she's like shooting at him or
She
something.
shoots a couple of the war boys off of his rig, and then the people eater.
Yeah, the people eater.
But,
She doesn't
yes, that's right.
see him coming and is
Yeesh.
just immediately run over.
Which is, I mean, it's cool because again, like this is a movie about female empowerment, but these ladies are going down in record numbers too. Like,
Totally.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, it's a war.
So Nicholas Hoult right here is like, everybody's getting off, and Riley Keough is like, come on, let's go, and he's like, I'll jam the throttle and then follow you, and she kind of looks at him like, no, you're not. He's
Yeah.
like, yeah, no, I'm not. Yeah, they kind of have there's a good series of like back and forths
Yes.
of them just sort of looking for the last
good
time.
redemption and him doing a witness me for the right reason.
Yeah, it's
totally.
actually it's a really nice character arc touch.
He,
thing.
he cries, and then he's like, shiny and crying. If I'm going to go out, I'm going out happy.
He turns the wheel, Rictus Erectus, everyone goes dead town. And then what the great thing about this shot is we get the fucking guitar rig coming
Yes.
up behind them.
Yes.
And all those amps and guitars flying out.
Dude, it's such a fucking great collision.
If you're
Oh
a
my
guitar
God.
guy, you're like, this is how I'm gonna die. Awesome.
Yeah, exactly.
He's going out rocking, dude. It's, oh man, I hate even to say it, but it's the slightest bit silly that the guitar comes at the camera like a bad video game.
It does, but I like it.
It's fun. you
Was
know.
it 3D? It was 3D. You could
It
see
was,
it in
yes,
3D.
it
Oh,
was
could you
3D.
really?
Yeah.
It was
Oh.
released in 3D, yeah.
Yeep.
But yeah, so Rictus is dead. Somebody call Rictus's mother's grave tonight.
Yeah, totally. That lady's not around.
I think that she's the woman in the beginning that tries to kill Immortan Joe.
Oh wow, yeah, that could be.
But yeah, this causes a collapse. So like they are now shut off. They come back. Now they're at some point, Furiosa gets stabbed in the side. This
Yes,
is earlier
yes.
on in the fight.
Yeah, and
And
it's,
she-
it's before she even kills Immortan Joe.
Right. And then she also fights that other I want to say interpreter, but that's not it.
Imperator.
Right. Yeah,
Yeah.
That dude that she like headbutts. And
Yes,
stuff.
yeah, which
it's
is
cool,
awesome.
cool.
Oh yeah, that's a fucking solid headbutt too.
Yeah.
But she's pretty mortally wounded here, or it seems mortally wounded.
She's
and,
got a collapsed lung.
Oh, right. Yeah. And this is where Max does a transfusion
yes.
for her.
Well, he does like a weird triage thing. Like her lung is collapsed, so he like stabs her at the side. with
I
her
am
fuck.
so sorry.
Yeah.
It's so great.
Yeah.
And then he does do the transfusion.
This was actually, I found it in my notes. This, I am so sorry, is the line to me that kind of sounded like he was doing a Jamaican accent.
you
I
know
am
what?
so sorry.
Oh no! What I love about this scene too is that's because like at the start of the movie, it's like, oh, what's your name? What do I call you? And he refuses to answer.
Right.
So she could just call him fool.
Yeah.
And now in this moment, he's like, my name's Max.
Oh yeah.
It's a great, Max.
Oh, that's
My
great.
name
Yeah.
is Max.
When they're going through the past, she's like, when I yell "fool," drive. That means you drive.
So they get back to the Citadel, and they pull up, and they're like lowering the thing because they see the war rig, so they're lowering the platform that brings the trucks back
And
up.
poor Corpse is like, good. My family is back.
Certainly all alive, of course.
And they're here just in time for my birthday. I hope they bought me a present. Oh, wait, they're all dead. All of them.
Where are my baby brothers?
Oh, man.
And boy, for this guy too, poor Corpus, man, it's not the reaction you want. Mad Max pulls the fucking sheet off, and Immortan Joe's corpse is just laying on the front of this thing, and the whole town cheers.
Oh, they rip them apart like Gaddafi. It's amazing.
Yes, they absolutely do, dude. It's like a
Yes.
fucking zombie movie, but I also thought about Muammar Gaddafi last night.
That's what you do to monsters, man.
And so they stop the thing because they're like, they stop it from hitting the ground because they're like, who are you? What's going on here? And then everybody starts chanting, let them up. And it's
Yeah.
like, well, all right, Immortan Joe's fucking dead. Like, okay, ding dong,
The
man.
little kids really lead the
Yes.
movement in this. Sorry, Chris.
What,
little
the V8
kids.
boys?
I know you
little
hate-
kids did something in a movie.
No, but this is tolerable because they're not characters, and all they do is push a little lever, and it's fine.
I will tell you, if this movie, as great as it is, and the soundtrack is amazing by Junkie XL, but we cut to credits and we get that awesome Tina Turner song, "We Don't Need Another Hero," better movie.
It is a great song.
It is
a great
It's a great song. I won't fight you on that.
One Tina Turner song
Imagine-
survived the Armageddon. That's all we got, folks.
We don't need another hero.
It's a single vinyl of the Tina Turner song, and I guess a bunch of cassettes of Sebado.
Oh, well, yeah, I'll take it, man. I'll take it, whatever.
One question for the group here.
Yeah.
Who runs Bartertown?
Auntie
Master
Entity.
Blaster runs Bartertown.
Well, yes, it does. but-
Anti-entity or something like
Auntie
that?
Yes,
Entity.
yes.
Yes.
There's a power dynamic between the two. Eventually, we'll do all these movies.
I think they're
I
super
mean,
fun.
this podcast
What
is
the
never
heck?
going to end, right?
I conflate the first two like nobody's business.
Oh.
Mostly because the first two
Did you-
don't have Tina Turner in them.
Did you the stupid you know how the in the Thomas Jane Punisher previous episode?
Yeah.
Remember how his family dies and they
Uh-huh.
cut and like they're just falling over and they're getting run over?
Yeah.
That's an exact they do that
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
like scene for scene from Mad Max.
Is Jonathan Hensley like a huge Mad Max fan or
It
something?
would seem so because it's literally the same
The
scene.
way his family
Weird.
dies in Mad Max 1 is so awesome because it's like this biker's like running down this woman and child, and you see like a close up of the vroom of the accelerating the bike, and then you see her look back, and then you see the baby's like little ball fall on the highway.
Oh, yeah.
See, and that's, you know what that is? That's a fucking dude that storyboards his movie. Man.
Yeah.
That's exactly what that shit is.
Do you think Corpus is like, all right, I let you up here, so I mean, like, I'm still the ruler here. Just to let it go.
I'm
He's-
in line for the throne.
He's killed and eaten immediately.
Oh man!
look, just put me in charge of the milk farm.
Yeah,
Just put
exactly.
me there.
Speaking of the milk farm, by the way, all those women that were being milked at the beginning of the film all
Yeah.
push the water levers
Yes.
forward and all the water comes out.
What the
Aquacola for
fuck are you
everyone.
doing? You're wasting it all.
I'm with you. I'm with Chris
no,
here.
No, you have to waste some of it right here to get the people on your side.
God.
To,
Yeah,
to
oh,
build
exactly.
a new government.
I mean, if it was, it's like a Super Bowl. You know, everyone's so excited. We're just spraying champagne all over the place.
Exactly.
That is the Super Bowl, the World Series, the
Yes.
Stanley Cup, all of it. It's always such a waste of good booze.
Yeah,
Because you know they're not buying cheap stuff with that shit.
I would do the cheap stuff for the spraying.
Oh, sure.
No more shiny and chrome. We just want buckets. Just a bunch
Oh,
of buckets
man.
for water.
Now I want to see a Super Bowl where everyone's just spray painting their faces.
That's what the XFL is going to be. Dude.
You're right. the New York, New Jersey Hitmen win the big, whatever the fuck the Super Bowl.
The
for
McMahon
XFL.
Trophy.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, what's the status of that?
I mean, it's going to happen next year. Or,
Is it
Yeah.
still slated for 2020?
Yeah, I mean, they had a draft and everything.
oh, did they?
Yeah, they have
Wow.
like
And
teams.
they're
Hey,
gonna
look out, Roger Goodell. Vince McMahon's coming for you.
and they're going to stand for the goddamn anthem.
Oh,
That's right.
I think it's in the contract.
No, yeah, they have to or some shit. It's like fucking horseshit. The end of this movie, though, so they're
Yes.
going up. It's kind of amazing. Charlize is there.
They're like they're heralding her as like
Yes.
because she's like the only public figure.
Yeah, she's a
like
hero.
she's a known
Yes.
personality in the town.
And she just
you
killed
know.
the world's biggest comeback. So she's like clearly the leader here.
Yeah.
But
she was very well respected within that organization.
and it's amazing. It's such a great subtle touch to the end of this movie that's had like such huge clangs. There's no speech. It's not like you get on that platform and you're
Nothing.
going to do a better job than I ever could. I can't. He just kind of gives her. He kind of Irish goodbyes the movie a little bit.
He absolutely does. They have the look. He does a quick 2-finger like boop, see ya kind of a thing.
I love it.
She gives
fades
him a nod
into
of
the people.
respect. Yeah, that's it.
It's my storyboard your movies better, folks. Then you can maybe make Fury Road someday. I mean, my God.
And it's just great because he's done, it's a Mad Max movie, so he has to go off by himself. There's no
Yep.
way
Yep.
no other way this can end.
No, and he's just off to whatever the next experience is that he's like the fucking vessel for the story facilitation.
I would stay for dinner. You know what I mean? Like there's
Yeah,
got to be some
definitely. I
food
would stay
there.
for a
What, you want to
week.
fucking eat the little corpus?
No. Well, no.
We're having fucking corpus crunch, dude.
corpus nuggets.
This is corpus stuffed with cornbread stuffing.
We found rictus. We found the rictus, so we're having rictus tonight.
Oh, so actually, if you take the corpus, put it in the rictus, put it in the Immortan Joe,
Oh,
it's a
there
fucking
you got it.
scumbag turducken.
Tonight we have wild cut corpus.
But yeah, I would just like, you know what? I just saved this whole thing. I just want to. I want to be around for the victory party. Yes, and then tomorrow I will leave.
Or like a glass of hot milk.
Exactly.
Just like rest your wounds.
Yeah,
for a bit,
exactly.
You know, stay for a month to get healthy.
You're just go back on the road.
But it's
Well, he's the fucking
prettier.
road warrior, Steve. He's not the fucking dinner table warrior.
I am the
that's
dinner
me.
table warrior.
It is a cooler ending for him just to disappear into
Yes,
the
for
crowd. And instead of ending with a title, we end with a quote.
Oh yes.
Which is
Where must we go, we who wander this wasteland in search of our better selves?
yeah.
Nice.
I didn't write down who it's attributed to, but it's all fake.
It
It's
was-
a George Miller thing.
Oh yeah. It was like
But-
the first history of man or something it said. It sounds something weird like
The
that.
first historian or something.
Yeah.
I was trying to Google a little bit about it, and it was something about like there was this economist or something who had some theory
Oh.
that they thought was because the
Mm.
guy who wrote this book or whatever
Right.
had a
he was
thing that
looking
was
for Ben Stein's money.
he had like the first historian or whatever.
Yeah,
it was.
Adam Carolla is the first.
Oh,
or no, Jimmy
God.
Kimmel.
Jimmy
Sorry,
Kimmel,
Jimmy
right.
Kimmel.
But it's fucking great because we're ending with a phony quote, and
Yeah.
that's your credits, and it's fucking glorious.
And yeah, that's it. I'm gonna get
And
the
that's
credits.
Fury Road. They should have thought Junkie XL should have thought about covering that.
Yes.
Get Karen Owen.
Oh fuck yes!
I'm into
That's a
that.
good idea.
Perfect. So I mean, again, seems a little silly, but does this hold up, Steve?
It really does. Yeah. I mean, obviously, like all the political stuff. You could watch this movie like 10 times and still find it a little bit more, or like
Yeah.
just appreciate. It's not even like, oh, every time you find something, you just appreciate it a little more. You know what I mean? Like, and just because every time you get sucked into this thing and your jaw is clenched the entire time because of all the fucking crazy action. Yeah, it's kind of a perfect movie. Period.
It blurs out the dramatic structure, so you kind of forget when the stops happen.
Yes.
When all those things happen, so you're still surprised by it when you come back to it.
Yeah.
And there is just so much detail in these chases. It's
Yeah.
fucking insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, this rules. It's the best. But that's all I have to say. It's the best fucking movie.
I'm just agreeing with them because obviously it does hold up, and I really enjoy this film. I think it might be my favorite of the decade, or one of them, maybe up there with Phantom Thread's another big one I love.
Totally.
But yeah, I mean, if you haven't seen it, well, you should have. You shouldn't have listened to this.
Oh, so do you think Woodcock sewed the anti-Semitism into his jacket?
Yeah, into the Mad Max
Yes.
jacket. Okay, yes, I do. Secrets.
I'm glad you made that connection because I just laughed politely.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We'll have the corpus, a little rictus. What else? Sausages made out of the people eater.
Immortan
my
smothered in butter.
My hungry boy.
I am so glad we did this because I have owned this DVD, this Blu-ray, literally since 2016.
Ditto.
It's been opened but never watched. Story of my life, and so I was really fucking hyped to go back and watch this. My question is, has anyone seen this like Chrome edition that he made?
I have not.
No, I have not.
Fine. I like
I think
the
the color is
I
great.
think the color
Yeah.
works.
That's what I was gonna say because I saw some people on Twitter talking about. Is that what it's called, the Chrome edition?
I think it is. Yeah.
Because I
black
watched.
and chrome. I want to say.
Oh
something
yeah,
like that.
because I watched Logan Noir.
Yeah.
which is a similar idea. But to me, like the color in Logan wasn't as important as
No.
it is to this
Well,
movie.
he even was like, I read something on the IMDb about George Miller wanted to add, like, he went to the production design teams, like, put as much color in everything because, you know, I'm tired of looking at post-apocalypses being
Right.
drab and gray.
yeah,
you know
maybe
what I mean? Like,
saturated as hell.
And
Yeah.
apparently, one initial idea was making it black and white,
Yes.
but then he decided to go in the direct opposite, way, which was a good idea.
Well, guys, I think it was a thing where Warner Brothers was like, "Look, man, nobody's gonna fucking go to this.
Exactly.
Like, do you want people to see this movie that
Yeah.
you've been trying to make for 2 decades?" And that's like a right call on studio
for
interference.
sure.
And there was some other line about like all the other post-apocalyptic movies being like a little sepia and like
Yes.
weird, like desaturated
And he was like, "Oh, people would try in these apocalyptic societies to add as much color into their life as they can to sort of break the monotony," which makes,
Yeah.
some volume of sense.
Yeah, there's no bright yellows in the road.
That's true.
definitely not. So that is Mad Max Fury Road, directed by the mad genius George Miller.
He better get on these fucking sequels. You
Yeah.
are no spring chicken, young man.
What is with these fucking old Georges dragging ass making things? Finish that book, Martin.
Oh, right. I'm still mad at that guy.
So this concludes We Love Movies Month. It's been a rad, fun time here.
You know what's cool though?
What's that, Steve?
We Love Movies continues all year round over on the Patreon feed.
What?
Yeah, we've got all sorts of great. We just released an episode on Empire Strikes Back. We did an
Oh,
episode on
yeah.
the Terminator.
That episode of Empire Strikes Back that is now available on Patreon is about 3 hours long.
Yeah.
Just about. Yeah.
Yeah. Just so everyone knows.
What'd you
That's a lot
say?
of
We
fun.
get to Hoth in 45 minutes in.
I think it's like, yeah. I think, and then the Battle of Hoth is like at an hour. Yeah.
I will let you know, because we've been doing this for a long time.
Uh-huh.
There is 24 hours of content on the $3 level. You sign up today on the $3 level.
Right,
you get
that's Animation Damnation, where we riff about cartoons.
We just did the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer and Rankin and Bass joint.
Oh, yeah.
That's 24 hours of that. If you sign up for the $5 level, you get all that plus all of these We Love Movies episodes. You get 68 hours of content the second you sign up.
Good, great.
I don't even think that's counting the back archive.
Exactly. I think that's right. The back archive is 129 hours.
Which you also get at the $5 level.
Yeah, so you
You
wind
want
up...
to do that math quick there, Steve?
No, I don't.
Okay.
And then if
Man,
you do...
Kevin, you're an asshole.
The at the $8 level, you get the Nexus, which is our monthly Star Trek show. This month we did a episode on First Contact,
Totally.
which is an amazing full length episode. We did we also did the Gleep Glossary, Eric's side
Right,
show
yeah,
that he
we-
makes us do.
We could stop. We could stop.
No.
It's a sideshow where we just talk about a Star Wars character and play around with it. But by the way, if you've watched The Mandalorian now,
Oh,
in
right.
full, we've done episodes on every single one of those bad boys. It's on the Patreon. It's at the $8 level paired with the Gleep Gloss.
You get 145 hours the second you sign up for the $8 level. So that's a pretty good value, folks.
Totally, man. And you know what? It's just going to keep accumulating. And I will say, I'm going to tease it out. I'm not going to say exactly what it is. But if you liked The Mandalorian half hour, stay tuned for something coming up in January.
Ooh.
At the $8 level on Patreon as well. And I think if you maybe connect some dots here as to the cinema and television predilections of the 4 people in this room.
Jesus Christ, you know what it is.
Those metrics, by the way, are from our good friend Drew Stewart. You can follow him at Star Wars VisComp, which is his Star Wars visual comparisons, which lets you know all the shit they fuck with in those special editions.
It's a
That's
great
right.
account.
It is a great account.
Great photos of all the George Lucas fuckery.
That's what the handle should have been called, but I don't think that would have played out on Twitter. Jack would have fucking banned him for life.
This is the end of the decade of We Hate Movies, guys. It's been we haven't been doing this for 10 years. We're doing it for 9, but this was the 2010s were the decade of We Hate Movies.
That's
That's
true.
right. We started in November of 2010.
It's all over.
We defined the decade.
We did.
Another turning point.
I can't wait for like people to listen to this show in the next decade.
That's
Didn't
what-
really get those numbers where I wanted.
Oh,
Tell your friends.
stop.
Tell your
Right.
friends. Hey, no, is it bad for me to say, hey, tell your friends?
It's not.
No.
That's not.
That part was fine. It was everything before that.
Yeah, well,
We-
people know my predilections.
We have been incredibly lucky over this decade
Of course.
and have no intention of stopping at any
Nope.
point. So we're going to keep going. As of January 2020, it is the worst of the previous year month. So we are going, of course, into the worst of 2019. Steve Sadek, what is this first episode?
We're going right to hell. It's Hellboy.
Yeah.
Right.
It's one of the worst movies I saw this year.
As of this recording, I'm not seeing it. I kind of been dreading this entire time.
Here's
I'm a
the
huge
thing,
fan of
because
this first
it's a combination of two things. It's a bad movie and it's embarrassing.
two.
So it's that kind of shit.
And it's long.
Oh,
So until next year with Hellboy, I'm Andrew Jupin.
Steven Sadak.
Chris Cabin.
Eric Siska.
Happy New Year.
That was a HeadGum podcast.